doing all
Oh
the
yeah.
different movements and shit with the Wii remote.
Okay, keep going. I
So
was just starting.
is it just us three today?
I guess so. If anybody else come, they can come. And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I'm your host Ray. With me as always, we have Father.
Hello.
Yo,
Yo.
Oh,
Okay,
hello.
there you go.
okay, we got Dion,
What's happening?
and we got Shining Wolf.
What's crack a lacking?
D Wolf was here, but I don't know where he went, so he'll probably be back. But how y'all doing today?
Doing good.
I'm eating a
Can't
Did y'all,
cheese.
complain too much.
did y'all see
Man,
the Summerfest showcase games?
Showcase games?
They would show this the Game Awards where they have a sub. It said E3 is not happening this year. They had a little showcase of games that they was putting out. Did you ain't see them?
No, I didn't see him. I heard that was happening, but I ain't bothered to watch yet.
Yeah, well, it started with like Street Fighter 6, and then they remake Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and uh Callisto, which is like a Dead Space.
mm.
Which is like Dead Space. It's basically like this because it's from the people that made Dead Space and some shit like that, and
I
some
heard it.
indie
Oh
and some
man,
indie shit. But other
that's
I
than
heard it.
that, that's
that's what gave niggas nightmares.
man. I
I heard they
remember.
actually remaking Dead Space 1 and 2. I heard.
I hope so.
Oh, niggas
I
about to have more nightmares.
the babies that blew up, that shit always like fucking got to me. It's just, this shit. But I can't remember like at the end where it's like this monster that just chase you at the end of the damn at the end of the damn game. It's like you thought you kill it, and then next thing you know, the motherfucker just like regenerate himself, and then just I said, "Ain't this some bullshit?"
So
Fuck,
they could remake all these games, but they can't give me my fucking remastered Parasite Eve.
bruh,
Oh yeah.
I'm on. You and me are here. You know that, right? You and me
I
are
want to
here.
remake. I want to remake Dino Crisis. Really.
I want them to bring back Bloody Roar.
They're not doing that. You can forget about it.
I can dream, nigga, and
Do you know
eventually we
why?
will.
Do you want to know why you can forget about it?
Why?
Because Konami has the rights now. At first it was Hudson Soft. Now it's Konami.
What's
And
wrong
the
with
problem,
Konami?
Konami not
Konami has been
focused.
on some bullshit.
Yeah, Konami's not focused on console games anymore. They focused on pachinko machines and mobile games. So if you lucky, you
So in other words,
might get a Bloody Roar.
Konami went out like some bitches, is what you're telling me.
Yes, exactly. See, now you understand.
It's a
Yeah.
Japanese company. Like, of course they're not gonna focus on that shit.
Yeah, Japan's not as focused on console games as much as they used to be.
Say you about to be on that same plane too. Watch it. Just
Hmm
keep watching. Sonic is what's keeping them alive, but they don't care about their other projects. So
Bayonetta though, they do well by Bayonetta.
Hey, you just reminded me of something funny I once thought about. So going slightly off topic, right?
Hmm
Everyone here knows about the little issues between Sony and Disney involving Spider-Man, the Spider-Man movies and shit, right?
Of course.
So I got to thinking, what if Disney pulled a power move and just bought Sony?
Mm. Would they do that?
They, I'm pretty sure they have the capacity to do so. Someone just hasn't pulled the trigger on it yet.
Mm.
But this got me to thinking, going back into the gaming. If that happens, watch Kingdom Hearts become PlayStation exclusive.
it
Well, it
was
kind of
at one
was
point.
all. It
It
kind of
was
was
on
already.
PlayStation exclusive though. What?
One
I
and
Nah,
mean,
but
one and two.
it's not. It's
no,
not a. It's not anymore though. It's
But
not
it started
anymore.
off that way.
and
Yeah.
I When the first couple of games dropped, wasn't they on basically like every system, PlayStation, Xbox, GameCube
Mm-mm.
alike?
No,
No,
No, that's
listen,
more recent.
listen.
Mm.
Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 were both on the PS2 exclusively. The only
Yep.
game that was ever on a different console was Chain of Memories, which was on the GBA. That got remade to the PS2 version, and
That
that's
and there's a second one too. Dream Drop Distance was a 3DS title.
yeah, but that's way in the future.
That's more recent.
I'm I'm just mentioning it just for the sake of context, but
But it was a PlayStation exclusive.
I
It
always
It,
thought it was
originally,
available off the board. Damn, but then again,
it
you got
wasn't
me
on
thinking a
Xbox
while back.
until 3, which took
yeah,
a long
three.
ass time to
It
develop
took a
in
long
4.
time, yeah, to come to PC and the Xbox. Yeah,
Mm.
now it's on everything, but it started off on
Even
PS2.
bro, like even all the final mixes that were exclusively in Japan were exclusively for PlayStation.
Mm.
That they released recently. Well, semi
I,
recently.
I, you know
But
what's funny?
again,
You say that. I still have not seen anybody on Xbox play a Final Fantasy nor a Kingdom Hearts game. So
Hmm.
I have never heard
because
someone
you
say,
could
"Oh, I
not
got that
have
shit on
access to it,
Xbox."
they just said fuck it.
They be
No,
playing
but
Western. They
no,
play
it's not
Western
that.
games. That's why.
No, it's not even that it's fuck it. It's just that right now the gaming, like America has really, really, really broken into the gaming industry because at the time it was pretty much exclusively Japan that was bringing up all the big hits. Like
The
Yeah,
big hits. Yeah.
all the big franchises back in the past were all came from Japan.
Yep.
vast
It wasn't.
majority of still are from Japan to this
I
day.
mean,
Shit.
America.
Nah, not so much.
But the thing is, America had they had like Midway, they had
Yeah.
Atari, they had they had their gaming things too. But Japan really controlled the market because it was a creative venture, while in
Right.
America it was more so for the technical aspect.
Right. That's why every time you see the American game, they try to talk about how cinematic it is and how much like a movie it
Exactly,
is. And they
Mhm.
trying to
exactly.
make video games more like movies in America, but in Japan, they actually made a goddamn game.
Yeah, because in Japan, the profit came from the fact that these were sold in arcades. They were sold in places
Right.
where people were on the go. So
Mhm.
their games were a lot more simpler and they were a lot more focused. In America,
Right.
though, everything is fucking free roam. Everything is fucking free world. Everything is cinematics. Everything is, oh, bruh, man, you could have 500 different endings. Like, bruh,
The narrative. The
the
narrative.
narrative. The narrative.
They talk about The Last of Us too. The narrative is so
And then
great.
shit. Meanwhile, in Japan, they're making Final Fantasy games where every game has a different motherfucking story. Different characters, different stories. The only thing that remains consistent are the themes.
But the art styles be fabulous though.
The art styles be fabulous, and
Facts.
all of them are different at the same time as well.
Hmm.
Facts.
There's
I'm
variety.
actually, I'm actually excited for this Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
especially
The
like the way
Yeah,
the
yo,
was
16
it
is looking
16?
fucking amazing.
It looked like it's
it's
made by the
looking.
people who made Bayonetta and Devil May Cry. That's what it looked like. They're trying to look like high flying combat, fantasy combat, even more so than the Seven remake. Really,
Speaking of that form of combat and the Final Fantasy series, I really want another Dissidia.
did the last one do
I
good?
don't think.
All
No,
right, no, listen,
There's a
listen,
mobile game version of
please.
it out now, but like y'all
Opera
remember
Omnia.
Final Fantasy
Shout
Dissidia?
out to Opera Omnia first of all because that is probably one of the greatest mobile games I've ever played. But
Hmm.
the last Dissidia that came out
On
wasn't bad.
consoles?
Please understand that game wasn't bad. The problem is when they ported it over to console, they didn't do any streamlining, they didn't do any optimization. They just ported it from the arcade and put it on the console. That was the issue.
Yeah. One thing I didn't like is that it didn't have any cinematic finishes like the PSP game did.
I mean, but you don't need it in that type of game though.
Yeah, I liked it though in the PSP joint.
Especially if it's 3-on-3. I'm not finna waste time watching you fucking do all
Yeah,
this.
it was more of like a multiplayer.
It was a arena fighter. They made it
It was a
into
arena. It was
which was a
a
good
multiplayer
idea.
arena fighter.
It was a good idea because the game is fucking fun as hell.
Yeah. I seen someone actually modded their game to where you could play as Link.
Will they do that
You want to
for?
Shout
know what's
out,
funny?
shout out to my girl East Tola, who was the best character in the city.
Listen, you want to know what's so funny about that? I have that mod, and Ray, you see me play with Link on my Dissidia.
Yeah, I have. I actually have. That shit is
Oh
awesome.
shit.
I had Link, I had Cloud, I had Sora, I had a few others. I had a
It
few
was
others.
that shit was lit. This shit was lit.
And I modded the music in the game too.
Oh, have y'all ever noticed that the Japanese video game soundtracks be like far superior than the Western game soundtracks for their games? Like, look at this new Street Fighter giant soundtrack, already sounding lit.
Hmm.
That's because a lot of them do experimentation. Because Japan, like one thing about Japan, they will experiment and it will sound good.
Mm.
Like for example, the biggest one is Namco in the early 2000s. Listen to the soundtracks from Namco in the early 2000s. I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
like
yeah.
Tekken 4, like Tekken Tag,
Yeah,
what's it
Tekken
called?
4, Tekken 3. Tekken 3 was one of the
Klonoa,
best ones.
So,
Yeah.
um,
nigga, Soul Calibur 2, the music on Soul Calibur 2.
Ace Combat 4, bruh. All of that shit. The entire Ridge Racer series. Listen to all those soundtracks.
Yeah, all I gotta say is listen to the soundtrack on almost any Street Fighter game, including the new one, which got a lot of rap in it. I think they're going off of that Street Fighter Third Strike vibe, but
But
versus
Street
Mortal
Fighter always
Kombat. Hmm?
Street Fighter always kind of like had like a little rap thing to it, even before Third Strike. Because I'm remembering Street Fighter EX had some beats that were like very, because you had your anime type ones like Sakura and shit like that, but then you remember this is Street Fighter, so
Right.
characters like Balrog, like yeah,
Right. You
had
you
that kind
gotta
of like
mix this
feel
with
to it.
gangster shit.
Guile's theme is pretty gangster too.
Comes and goes with everything.
But yeah, it was more like American shit. I don't know. It's just it's limited. Mortal Kombat's nice though. Mortal Kombat getting better because I remember when Mortal Kombat was, especially the 3D shit, was stiff as fuck.
It's still stiff as fuck.
It's getting better though.
Yeah.
Every game is getting a little bit better.
I don't know about
I
that
think
one
X.
because
I think X. MKX is way better than 11. I'm sorry.
11 was stiff in a bad way.
yeah,
And it's so sad because the game is actually kind of fun.
Yeah, it is.
I can't remember that. 10 was X. Oh, excuse me. 10 was a little bit more looser.
Run cancels.
The options you had with certain characters and X was stupid as well. The shit you can do.
Bro, just pick Liu Kang.
Nigga, I like you, but I felt like Katana was the most dangerous thing in that game on X.
Oh my god.
Oh Lord, no, no.
Damn.
Oh,
You would play
ew,
fucking Katana.
ew.
Yeah, ill.
To be fair, I'm mainly a Sub-Zero person, but whatever.
Yeah,
And
just
then
stick
you
with
say
Sub Zero.
Sub Zero.
Sub Zero is cool. He
So
controls ice. Like, bro, as soon as you said
shit.
Katana, the flashbacks came back.
I
The
know. Oh
flashbacks.
my God, Jesus. Is there any games y'all looking forward to? I don't know.
No.
That's probably
Not
no.
Street Fighter 6, I guess. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do with that.
I
But
mean,
really,
Street Fighter ain't till next year though.
oh well, so yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
What is coming out this year? That's good.
I don't
I'm
know.
I'm going for the new Pokemon games in November and
Oh yeah,
Mario
yeah, that
Kart
one,
8 that
that one,
drops
yeah.
in October.
Mm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Out of everything coming out over the remainder of this year, those are the only two things I'm vaguely interested in.
When is
Mm.
Breath of the Wild 2 coming out?
That's
Probably going to be next year
that's
too.
either late next year or the early following year. They're still working on that. They show,
Mm.
yeah, they show game footage and shit, but they're still doing things with that.
They need to do a Killer Instinct too.
I don't see that
Or
happening
you know why not? Because of how it
because
ended. The last project ended.
nah,
Nintendo
because it
needs
was a budget game that got real big. So it never like even though like it got its upgrades, Microsoft it was like the only thing in that. Oh, remember the Xbox Live Arcade shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, all that shit shut down. So there's like no more Xbox Live Arcade games, and the only successful one was Killer Instinct. A lot of those shits is like that whole thing is shut down. So since that was part of that, you're not going to see that no more. Other than like,
I heard that they
uh,
sold it to Amazon though.
huh?
I heard they sold it to Amazon.
Why the fuck
yeah,
would they do that?
I don't know, but they did. They got a
yeah, but
documentary on it on YouTube that you can find about Killer
yeah,
Instinct.
yeah. It seems like every time they try to bring that up, it's just like ain't nowhere. It's not going nowhere. And plus, like all the developers that was on that game, they like spread them out to like other places. So everybody's just like working on other shit. So I don't see
Microsoft
that different.
Microsoft cannot keep an IP other than Gears of War and Halo. I swear.
Yeah, but that's the case for a lot of IPs because the gaming industry, especially in America, is very fickle. They don't have a respect for legacy like over in Japan. Like the only
I
real
see.
games that have a legacy over here is like God of War, Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat.
that's one. God of
You
War,
know what I'm
Mortal
saying?
Kombat,
What's
Halo,
yeah, Halo.
and I guess Gears. Gears does have one too because they've been
Yeah, Gears. I mean,
consistent.
yeah, Gears is a modern legacy game.
Yeah, it's been consistent
Mm.
since Xbox 360.
Call of Duty, Battlefield,
Yeah,
Yeah,
shooters.
the shooter. Yeah, of course we'd be fucking legacy over shooters.
Right.
because EA, that's where all the studios been sent to die. All of that's probably
All of
why
them.
you'll never see a Def Jam remake or like them continuing Def Jam or some shit like that.
Shit.
Because they don't want money.
They
I'm
don't.
surprised that Crash Bandicoot came back for real. I'm surprised that came back.
I
With a
said,
vengeance at that.
you know how much money they would make if they just remake NBA Street Volume 2 and then just put online mode on it. You know how much money they make?
Like
NBA
they did with
Street.
With Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, see, like, yeah, an NBA Street with modern graphics, like fucking sign some people to make the soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, they don't want money, bruh. Every nigga I know is buying that game. Even niggas that don't have money is gonna buy that fucking game.
Shit.
What
I
have
wouldn't
fucking LeBron and
mind.
fucking Steph Curry talking shit over a fucking little baby? Like, bruh, they doing flips and you see fireworks and add the little effects on that shit. Make the music dynamic like in Killer Instinct, where if somebody's dribbling, somebody's like doing special dribbles and shit, the beat changes up. You don't want money, nigga.
He said, "You don't like money.
You don't like money
You
because,
don't like
bruh,
money, and money don't like
yo,
you."
if you released a game like that, if you developed it for like 2.5 years, 3 years, and
Mm.
you just release that shit, and then periodically you update it with maybe some roster changes, maybe some more music to fucking ball out on. Maybe you add like special, you add special game modes like 21 and shit like that. Like, bruh, come on, what the fuck?
Mm.
Mm.
That's how you know these people they don't develop games. They only sell products.
Yep. That's it right there. Formulaic products.
Formulaic products. We gotta make the fucking investors happy.
Any anytime too many games have the same look, the same music, the same everything, it's a product. It's not a piece, an art piece. An ex- it's not a
Hell,
passion project.
Call of Duty's been giving out the same maps, but it's just like a fresh coat of paint, and motherfuckers
Hmm.
still be buying it. So,
Them niggas, bruh, them niggas put Nuketown in Black Ops 1, regarded as one of the greatest maps to ever play on in a game like Call of Duty. And look at how many times they fucking re-released that map.
Every time.
Every fucking time, and it's the same shit over and over and over again. And niggas come up to my face sitting there talking about, I can't wait till Modern Warfare 2 comes out. And I'm like, fuck y'all, man.
You're an idiot.
How the fuck you buy the same damn game for 15 years straight? Like, what?
Yeah, 15. That is a long time, dang.
I
Oh
walk into
man.
your house, I see your motherfucking shelf. You got NBA 2K7 to 2K23. Fuck out my face.
Damn.
That's why I stopped buying 2K after a while. That's just. But any last words before we start moving on with the topics?
Say, bring video games back.
Bring video games back. Bring like I want Japan games back again. That's what I want. I want more Japan games. I want more. I guess I got the Nintendo Switch. I guess so that pretty much does that. But I need more. I need more. I am waiting for that
Yeah.
Bayonetta 3 though. That Bayonetta 3 look like it's gonna be dope. I don't know when
I
that's coming
can't. I,
out though.
I
I
can't
still
wait for
need
Wolf
it.
Among Us. When the Wolf Among Us come back out, I can't wait for that one. That
Is
one, I
it,
think that one's gonna be good.
they coming out with more of that?
Yeah, season. Yeah, they're coming out with a second season for Wolf Among Us, and that's like the one game I'm excited to play.
Mm.
And it's a
Hmm.
fucking point and click game of all games.
It's one of them like it's like the Back to the Future game
Yeah, the Telltale
and
shit.
the Telltales. Yeah. And what's that other game? There was the other game with the girls.
Walking Dead.
No, no, that's with the girls, plural. It's
You talking about
what's it?
Skullgirls?
No, that's a fighting game. Talking about storytelling point and click game.
Oh,
Oh,
Life is Strange.
Square Enix. Life is
Life is
Strange.
Strange. Yeah, yeah. Cause they did like a remake from Life is Strange where they like did added more modern technology on the faces, lip syncing and stuff like that, facial recognition, face movement.
hmm.
You know what's sad? That game bored the hell out of me.
Yeah, but a lot of chicks love that game though.
Yeah, and then like I play it, it's like, wow, this game is boring.
Yeah. My friend was like, "Oh my god, what the fuck that game called again? I keep on forgetting. Life is Strange." I was like, "Oh yay, good
Uh,
for you. Something you're excited about."
all right, let's get on. Let's get on with the topics. The first thing I want to talk about is a lot of people living vicariously through Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey. Since
Oh
for
yeah,
some reason, this was the biggest story that was happening this week, which got everybody talking about good how nice guys finish last, and Lori Harvey is for the streets, and
Wow.
like you people can't appreciate a good, and then yet the other side is just like she's 25, she's too young to be married. Maybe you could let her live her life, and so it how do y'all feel about the way people don't depict this and then rip this apart and then put it back together and rip it apart again? How do y'all feel about
I'm
shit like this?
I'm trying to figure out why niggas care so fucking much about some shit that got nothing to do with them.
Because it's a celebrity culture.
Man,
I
It's
feel
a
like there, I
celebrity
feel like
culture.
I feel like there are lessons to be learned from other people though. Celebrities are not, even though our lives are not like celebrities, so we can't really compare ourselves to
Yeah, we
them
really
really.
we really can't. Like I can't like I would agree with you just simply based off the fact that like we do observe other people's experiences, but these
Hmm.
people are multimillionaires. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
the
you can't
rules do
hmm,
relate
not
to
apply.
them.
Hmm.
I don't know. Like I think, like I said, like we a lot of people live vicariously through Michael B. Jordan because some girl was like, why was a lot of dudes tripping over. I was like, we just like seeing good guys win. And then like Michael, you get someone like Michael B. Jordan, who's a good guy and a nice guy, do everything right, or from what we done seen because we don't know him personally. It's like you see him do a good, he's a good dude. He's in shape. You know, he looked like he take good care of himself and Lori Harvey. So when he finally find the one,
And he has personality too.
and he has personality. So when you see a dude like that, and then the next time you see him, he's at the Warriors game, and you look at heartbroken. It's just like, damn, you kind of feel sorry for him.
But
I
at
don't
the
really
same
feel
time,
sorry for him though, because it's like this is Michael B. Jordan. Like, bro can
you
get any girl he
you'll
wants.
find better.
But then again, it's not even really about that though, because I feel like he really did have a connection with Lori Harvey. You know what I'm saying? Because they did say both of them are heartbroken.
Yeah, she ain't look
But
heartbroken.
you want to know what this is? This is right person, wrong time.
I
Makes
was
sense.
like, I heard she about to fuck with Jack Harlow. So
She
What?
is
Wait, whoa,
for the
whoa, whoa, whoa,
streets though.
wait, wait,
That's the
whoa,
whole
wait,
thing. Is like she kind of is for the streets from what I'm seeing.
Nah,
wait,
I
And
don't.
wait.
she dated
Jack
a bunch of
Harlow.
rappers. You get a chick that date a bunch of rappers. You try to date a even semi normal nigga, normal dude. That's not a nigga, particularly. And you're not gonna have a good time. You're not.
I mean,
That dude is not gonna have a good time.
Lori has dated these people like for a length of time and then go on to the next. It's not like she's dating like 4 people in 1 year. So sometimes when
Thank you,
people
Xavier.
say
Thank
that,
you.
it
The other,
kind of not not in a mean way, but it kind of annoys me just because it's like when guys do this, a lot of times you guys don't really go hard on the men like that. And then you guys kind of like joke more so when guys do stuff, but then kind of like go in on the woman. Because like with Nick Cannon, like I haven't heard y'all really drag Nick Cannon that hard. And Nick Cannon is out here still talking about having more babies this fucking year. And I'm like, Nick Cannon at this point need to be fucking castrated because it's ridiculous. Um, Another thing is y'all keep talking about Michael B. Jordan is a good guy. Y'all don't know that. Like I don't like I understand we're seeing this persona on
He's
Instagram
a
and
high value, high quality man at the least.
we see how he act here and there. We don't know what he's really like.
see, X, you touched on one thing. I was gonna say, if we're really gonna get into this, you don't know what underlying issues or whatever there might be that caused her to turn down his marriage proposal in the first place.
But who said that she broke it off? How do we know he didn't break it off?
he
We,
did break.
They
He
say
broke it
they
off.
say they say that
But
he
we
broke
don't
it
know
off
that.
because they
I'm
say that
telling
he
No,
broke it off
that's what was
because
said. That's what
no.
was said. He broke it off.
Let me tell you guys. We're getting sources from people that's not
tabloids.
coming from the horse's mouth. Okay? Michael B. Jordan nor Lori Harvey came out and said that themselves. Because I'm telling you, we always reading stuff. Because trust me, I be running with stuff too. But like sometimes I be thinking like, who the fuck, how do we fucking know this shit is true though? How do we know that that's what happened just because People magazine said it? Who the fuck are they? We don't really know. And that's why sometimes I don't be giving a damn. Because I'm like, it's already dying out now. Because, like, who the fuck cares? Bitch, oh well. You're not with Michael B. Jordan, girl. You was with everybody else. You had one of the most handsome men that, well, he drove not NASCAR. I forgot his name. The first guy. And he's from, is it the Netherlands or something like that? And she was engaged to marry him, and she couldn't go through with it then. But I mean, she was much younger. And then that's another thing too. I don't believe in the whole "you're too young to be married" stuff. Like,
Right,
why
I don't
does
believe that either.
somebody why does somebody have to go through their whole entire 20s and 30s, some parts of 30s, to finally settle down? Like, I've always been the type since I was in fucking first grade. I've always been the marriage type. I've always been like, I want to be married and whisked away. Some people can. I mean, I'm like, why is it that us young people always got to be having this thing of we too young to be settled down? I'm
Right.
like, I don't want, and that's the thing too. Like y'all keep, then that's another thing too. Oh, she's too young to be settled down. She should be dating people. Okay, she's dating different people now. We calling her a hoe. It's like
Because
damn it she
people with two
does,
different,
damn it she
it's two
don't.
different,
Right,
it's two different types of people with two different types of standards.
right. But the things are,
That's
those
why.
people, those same people will also say the other stuff too. People just be bouncing back and forth with whatever is popular. I've always been the same, and I always will say what everyone else is not saying because people tend to go with the flow. And if everybody is bashing Lori Harvey doing all this stuff, other people are like, yeah, uh-huh. But if everybody else is like, no, she deserves to be out here and dating as many men as she like, people are like, yeah, you're right. She's a young girl. She's this, she's that. People go with the flow a lot of
25
times.
is 25 is young, but it ain't young though. Not really.
Right? Because
Not
I'm 20.
not biologically. It ain't.
Right. Because I'm like, bitch, if you can have your own apartment, if you can have a child, if
Right.
you can do
Right.
all this other stuff, why can't you be married?
Exactly.
Okay, you out here hiding a Cooter Brown with your puss out, doing splits and shit in the air, and you can't be married though? Okay.
People just don't like responsibility. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, this
Marriage
story,
is frowned upon in the current society anyway.
it is, and it's like, that's a
That's why.
whole nother conversation too. Cause I don't want to distract from the, go off on the topic, but a lot of people, especially on Black Twitter, they make it seem like marriage is such a horrible thing. I'm like, first of all, you don't have to just take your husband's last name. You can hyphenate and you can have your last name in his, so you can be quiet. Secondly,
I don't see why
if
that's
you
that big of a
why are
deal
you
unless you just don't like
why
his last name.
right, why are you marrying a man if you don't know him? You need
Mhm.
to get to know him first before you settle down. I understand, yes, some people can switch up once you get married, but that's why it's very important to date somebody and become friends with them first, then think about that marriage shit, because then you talk about being tied down and, oh, me as a wife, I'm not doing this and that. Okay, girl, well, you only knew him for 5 months and you talking about something getting fucking married? You're the dummy. And you never even lived with him?
Oh, they do that though. There be girls that be trying to get
Yeah,
serious and
but
shit, and I'll be like, I don't. We've been dating for like 3 4 months.
but
No.
I'm just tired of hearing about Miss Laura Harvey. I'm like, girl, just sit down and go to school. Do something. Get a TV show, get a podcast, do something. Like that's one thing about her. Like I know, I'm sure she does philanthropy work, but I feel like she doesn't do anything.
Oh,
And
I
I
said
don't.
the same thing. I said
I
I don't know what that woman does.
I
I'm a
mean,
philanthropist.
she does little stuff, but she doesn't do anything that's important. And I want her to start doing stuff that's important because I'm like, girl, you're getting older, and it's not cute just to be running the streets doing nothing. I said, do something with your fucking self.
But that's the dream, Xavier.
I know, but guess what?
She
Now,
ain't got to do that, and that's
now
Steve Harvey
you out here
daughters.
bored and dating. Look, I'm not about to say what I want to say. She just needs to do something with herself.
Hey,
Because I'm like, she needs to
as long-
follow what the wealthy Europeans be doing when their kids, like at a certain time, I mean, their kids eventually, go off and start going to a club. They're part of this. They're at least faking it. I'm like, this girl just be roaming the streets, traveling, going on yachts. I'm just like, yeah, but what do you like? What do you do? Are you smart? Like, do you read books? Like, you don't post none of
No.
that kind of stuff. All you do is skin up on Instagram and drink and go out and post him in. I'm like, to me, that's kind of boring. Like, I find that boring. Like, I love following like these wealthy women from overseas that they are interesting. They do stuff. They
Hmm.
read. They have smarts. I'm like with Lori Harvey. Like, I understand there's a mystery about her that people like, but I'm like, girl, what do you do? Like, what
I'm the
are
daughter of
you?
Steve Harvey.
Those are usually the people that usually live that lifestyle are usually thoughts. I'm just saying.
But hey, she can do whatever she wants to do. I just hope that she settles down eventually.
Okay. Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Worry about
Mind,
Really and
yourself.
tru-
mind your motherfucking business.
really and truly, I didn't even know any of this was going down.
Pretty much, I didn't even know Steve Harvey had a daughter. I'm
He
pretty sure he
doesn't.
did.
Technically, that's
Damn.
his stepdaughter.
Yeah.
Stepdaughter. I didn't know
Uh-huh.
nothing about her before that. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
when it
mean,
comes
it
to
is what it is.
like relationships and like personal endeavors, I don't like I either know or don't know, and that's where it lies. So I don't invest in it. If something changes, like, oh, that happened. Okay, that's the furthest I go. I don't delve into it or get personal unless like a significant other wanted to talk deep into it or something like that. But yeah, because I don't know. I don't even do that with people like I know personally. So when it comes to celebrities, it's even weirder. So I don't keep up with this stuff. I don't care about their personal lives, Like I said, it's either I know or don't know. And yeah, I can't invest in that. Like I have my own shit to deal with. Just good luck. I just
Also,
hope you just do what you do, That's why I watch you, not for your personal shit, but your skills. So
I
as long
like
as
the
you're
craft.
capable of doing that, the most thing that will probably hurt me is if you died or something, depending on
Hmm.
how much I like you at acting. So yeah.
Xavier,
Hmm?
I've actually said this about people like Nick Cannon or Future or Boozy or
Oh,
some of
I
these
no no
people.
no.
It's
I
just
know you have. Let's be clear.
okay. I get what you're saying though, because I done said it plenty of times. At one point, it's just like, what if you like, okay, enough is enough. It's
Okay,
just like,
you're funky. Sit down.
but I do also put some of that blame on the women too. It's just like if you know that man got like multiple baby mamas, what makes you want to be baby mama
Okay,
number nine?
I'm gonna say this real quick. Give me like 2 minutes, and I don't want because I
Go
don't
ahead.
want this to be a topic. Let me tell you because I was watching a podcast about this. When you are a woman that has nothing going for herself, and
Mm.
your career is getting with celebrity men, hooking up with them, or trying to have a come up, that's what you do. You get with the Nick Cannon, have his baby, and now you're set for 18 years. Now, Nick Cannon, fuck him. Because you're having babies all over America. You can't be in their lives. And I think that's fucked up. You are having all these babies, and you are not going to be in Los Angeles the same time in New York, the same time in Atlanta, the same time in Miami. What you're doing is just such a stereotypical thing, and I don't like it. And I think it's trifling, and I think it's so disrespectful, and it's so sad for the kids. Because these kids don't know that you're just out here talking about something. I'm dying, so let me make a bunch of kids. Like you're so. I hate that, and it frustrates me because I like Nick Cannon a lot, and I don't know when he started to go down this fucking path, but
It was ever since he divorced with Mariah.
he
Well,
needs to
that
really
divorce,
change.
and even though that divorce was cordial and it was cool, it was just like. But after that, he was just like, fuck marriage. It's like
Well, you could be
I'm gonna
fuck
just have
marriage, but it's
babies.
like, damn, why you have to keep having all these damn babies?
I
When
don't
And
have
then
you
that
when
I
have you had enough? He trying to
and,
be
that I
Like
don't know the
Kangas
answer
Kong.
to. Oh yeah, you gonna be Genghis Kong, all right? Because
He trying to be like
these
Kangas Kong.
motherfucking having babies all over the world now. He's
Them,
not.
them niggas about to have a show in 2040 called The Cannons.
The cannons.
and I'm gonna watch
Cannon,
it and roll
cannon.
my eyes.
Cannon Kong. It's like no.
I know you go watch it, Xavier.
Wow.
And roll my fucking eyes and come in this podcast and talk shit.
You know who your daddy is?
Okay. I said, bitch, shut the fuck up. Who cares if your daddy's Nick Cannon? When's the last time you seen him? Oh, okay.
Damn.
I
Okay.
haven't seen my daddy in like. I'm sorry.
And you know you're gonna have a special needs child too. I think he already has one.
Oh shit.
Well, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Most definitely, that's like inevitable at some point. As many kids as he has.
When you're trifling like that, mm-hmm.
Damn.
Crystal done into the
All
chat. How you doing, Crystal?
I think she left.
No, I'm
She's
here.
back.
Oh, okay.
All right. On to our next topic. This one I'm gonna actually put the video in the Jitsi, and I don't know if any of y'all seen this, but if y'all did, I'm just putting this on for context. I just want y'all to watch the
Oh,
video. It's like 2 minutes, and then I want to hear y'all's opinion on this video after this. So, if
Hello.
I don't know if y'all seen it or not, I've
What
seen
happened?
it, but I
You're
thought this
reading?
would be interesting for y'all to talk
Yeah,
about.
I
So,
was actually
can
reading.
y'all see?
Hi.
Can y'all see the video?
yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to play it right now.
What
Hi.
happened? You're reading?
Yeah, I was actually reading.
Oh yeah, this thing.
I ship out in a few days, so I was just reading the art of strategy.
Okay.
In the military?
Yeah, so actually I'm a nuclear physicist for the Navy.
Oh.
So I do that in a few days.
Okay.
How old are you?
I am 27. I look a little young. I'm not that young.
Yeah, you look young.
So where do you live?
So I'm actually in the
Ray, can you
Woodlands,
turn it up?
Texas right now. Right down there by Houston. I'm about 30 minutes away from Houston. So I'm a little close.
Oh, nice. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Man, where do I start? I like martial arts a lot. I did a bit of pharmacy back when I was a little bit
Ray,
younger.
are you able to turn
2-3
this up a little
years
bit?
ago? I got certified at pharmacy around when I was 17. I didn't really do anything with it. I went to university for a while. I was getting like a business degree.
That
So I
good?
have a bachelor's in business. And then I did pharmacy
That's-
for a little while,
no,
for about 3
I don't
years.
know
And
if
then
Sounds the same to me.
got bored, so I was like,
Uh,
let's go see what the military
but
has to
turn it up.
offer. It
If you
didn't do
could
anything.
adjust the volume on yours,
Got
and start
my
doing that.
mine's already up.
I did my PICAT about a year ago.
That's okay.
Got a
Good man.
96 on that. It goes up to a 99. Got a 96. They offered me nuclear physics, and I was like, why the fuck not? So I went there, and now I ship out in a few days.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, best of luck as you ship out pineapples.
Damn. Why?
Because he literally didn't tell me any qualities about himself. He's just like, I made a 96 on this. I did this. And I feel like I did that at first too. But however, I need a man with some personality.
Mm.
You felt that quick? You know you didn't have personality?
Yes, I'm really good at reading people.
Okay.
What? That just pissed
Okay,
me
for
off.
context,
That
it's the
pissed me
speed dating
off.
show, the Pineapple Show. I don't know if anybody done seen that show before, but it's called the Pineapple
seen
Show.
one.
Yeah,
And
yeah. The host
Okay.
is fine as fuck.
I'm not watching.
she's
That
very,
is
she's
pissing me
very pretty.
off.
And so this has been like the talk of the week as well, especially on YouTube, because the dude was going to the Navy as a nuclear physicist, and he kind of turned him down because he didn't have personality. Now, looking at that video, what can y'all take from that video?
He talked too much
In
about
your
his
opinion.
credentials. He talked way too much about his credentials. He ain't talk about his himself, what he's into, other than his career stuff.
Yes, he did. He said he was into martial arts.
He said
He
that
answered
one
their
thing, but
questions.
then yeah, he said that one
didn't really-
thing, but then he didn't really. That he lingered too much on, I think, the his school and credentials and
Yeah, but the thing is, though, broads be saying that's what they want to hear about, and then as soon as a man talks about that,
Nerd
you can
guys,
tell. But the
right?
thing is, though, he's not even saying it in a cocky way. He's
Yeah.
saying it like he has so much passion about it.
And you get a lot of you get his personality from what he's saying. You could basically read his life just by him talking. You just
And he
know
was
much
so-
more
and
that
he
you
was
needed, and
so
he's
sweet.
answered their questions too. So he's like directly answering them. So I'm like, she just You know what she's looking for.
And the thing is, though, that
She's looking for some
bitch
swag. That's what she's looking for.
Yeah,
She's looking for
exactly.
some
She's looking
swagadelic.
for she's looking
Beyond
for
that.
Trey and Davon.
Right.
That bitch sat there and just said, I mean, I did the same thing at first too,
Mm.
but so there's an excuse for you, but there's not an excuse for him.
Right? Use what was
She-
used against you to
She
him.
couldn't
so
stop
get
him
more
and
from
say,
him then.
wait. She's like,
If you
okay, your accomplishments are fabulous. What about yourself though? Like, I want to know more about you, like your favorite color, what do you like, blah blah blah. Maybe she didn't
Yeah, she
specify
could have
that
just
too
asked.
much, but it's like pineapple off of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like some women in the dating world, especially online dating, which is why I feel like they have to online date in the first place, to be honest. But they kind of harsh and they're just very harsh with their selecting, and they don't give people an opportunity to really show them who they are either.
Right, and she doesn't even seem like she's smart enough for him, anyways.
She probably not, but
Based
yeah.
off
Well,
of
that's
the
why
way how she was speaking in the first, she didn't sound too articulate to me. So
she probably a dick. That's why she has to online date in the first place, because really
on fucking YouTube, fucking
right.
or whatever the fuck she was on, some fucking pineapple.
Cause
Bitch,
this is my theory. If a woman has to online date where she could really just go outside and a whole bunch of guys will make themselves known to her, I feel like that's a problem in itself.
Ooh, don't
Especially
say
if she,
that.
I'm saying it.
You gonna get
It is.
you gonna get lynched.
I'm saying it. I'm saying it. Like women go out with sweatpants with crust on their eyes and dudes are still hollering at them. But you need to go online to get a date? Really? I don't know. Something seems wrong with that to me.
I mean,
Something must
but
be wrong.
sometimes Mr. Right is online.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Sometimes
that's
'cause maybe
possible.
he's not in the vicinity that she's in. He doesn't go
Yeah.
to the same Whole Foods she goes to. So so maybe, that's the thing. But no. I kind of get I get what you're saying, but it kind of goes both ways. But I mean, y'all saw her co-host. Even she was sitting there like, damn, like,
Yeah, she's like, why?
what's wrong? Like,
she
what
said,
was
why?
wrong with him?
Yeah.
I really
Because that's
didn't-
her that's
I didn't
that's
say
how
anything
they
wrong.
hang up on the guys. They have to say pineapple. That's the rule she has because she doesn't hurt anybody's feelings. The girl on the left is the host of the show.
I
And
mean,
that's how she does.
I would have sat there. I would have took a date from him. I would have been like, "Sorry, you bisexual? Let's go on a date because you sound very interesting. You're very smart. I mean, what? Neuroscience? Okay. come on
Shit,
now.
the host should have took that up.
Right.
And he
Bitch,
ain't bad looking fella either.
Not at all. And then my thing is though, if he really takes his career serious, homegirl's life can be set up good.
Right.
Straight up.
Not saying that she needs to use him for
Straight
that
up.
kind of stuff, but if you're looking for that right dude and you're trying to find somebody on your level, if he takes that career serious, oh bitch.
That's why she was like, "Why you say pineapple so fast?" Because I'm like,
Right.
"Do you see what's here?"
Her fucking ducks would have been in order, but that bitch don't know. She's looking for Mr. Like you said, Mr.
She's looking for Soldier Boy.
She's looking for
Swag.
She's looking for what's the fucking Diddy son's name? Prince? No. What the fuck
King
his name
Combs.
is?
King Combs.
Who?
King Combs.
No, not King. The other one. The one that Lori dated.
I thought that was King Combs, wasn't it?
Oh wait, no. I thought.
I mean, I'm
The
not
other one did,
defending. I'm not
too.
defending her because she
Look,
is
oh,
dumb.
gross.
She is kind of dumb for making such a swift decision like that.
Wait,
But-
Ray, send me that link because I want to watch. I want to watch that. Just
Yeah.
because I feel so bad.
But he didn't have any charisma. A lot of
I mean,
women
what's
respond better.
What charisma? Maybe
a lot of
he's
women.
famous.
Maybe he is, but they don't like that though. A lot of women do not like that.
You can.
What?
You're like,
What's so
okay,
fucking
Xavier.
bad?
'Cause
God damn.
Xavier, I understand what you're saying. I really do. But you could tell in her face.
I understand
like,
what he's saying too, but I'm just telling you how it works out here though, because
Yeah,
they do
what
not like. Yeah, go ahead.
What I was saying was, you could tell she was uninterested from the jump.
From
Like,
the jump,
he gave
right?
him a chance,
Kinda,
but I could look on her face and she was just like uninterested.
Because she
From
thought he
the-
was corny. I
Mhm.
Exactly.
promise you, she thought he was corny.
Yeah,
As soon as
I agree with
looked
you.
at him, I said, "Oh, he's cute. Okay, what's going on? Oh,
Well,
neuroscience. Okay, smart."
well, men and women, what they attracted to are different though. Even the
Listen,
gays, even gay dudes. I'm just
I'm telling.
saying.
Listen, I can tell when someone's a good piece. These bitches just be like, well, what size is your dick? Okay, girl. You're asking the wrong fucking questions because little dick Dylan
Okay.
could make your life fabulous, and big dick Tyrone can make your life hell. But you so worried about that damn big dick. Okay.
A lot of women can't handle big dicks anyway. To be honest with you.
Thank
Trust
you.
me.
Yeah.
Somebody has to
Trust
say
me.
it.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Son, you need to have 9 inches, bitch.
Hey, oh my god, it hurts.
You're
It's too deep. Oh, too deep.
Ow,
My
my
shit's
cervix.
fucked up. My
It's a
shit's
bitch.
Ow,
fucked
my
up.
On you,
cervix.
man.
Your shit is swollen, girl. Go sit down. You about to get stitches.
I'll
Like
beat you to a
they be
pulp.
like, damn, what are you doing to me?
Mm-mm-mm.
But
So that's
I look, okay, Xavier. I don't know if you're gonna agree with me or not, but I do used to tell nice guys like that. You gotta have some type of confidence. You ain't gotta be a dope boy. You ain't gotta be a fuck boy, but you do gotta kind of have a little confidence in it. He was stammering and he was getting too long to the point to like what he was trying to do. I feel like if he could just shorten his words a little bit and then make his job a little bit sound a little bit more interesting, I think you'd have gathered her interest because she by like 5 seconds she ain't care.
But my
And
thing
you
is,
could,
it's like I hear what you're saying, but it's like, goddamn, everybody can't fucking be like that.
everybody's
I
not gonna be like that though.
Goddamn, like
That's the
nobody,
thing.
everybody can't be like that. So once you get to see him one-on-one in person, it's a whole different story, maybe. And then the more
Damn.
y'all talk, the more it's different. But it's damn, he's on YouTube, he's on a channel, he's trying to not look crazy and stupid. Yeah, he's a little nervous. Shit. And you guys sit here talking some pineapple. Girl, bye with them fucking baby hairs. That's not
That's
even real
true. Like
baby hair.
everybody's not gonna be swagger jagger.
I understand that, but there's a difference. But I do, practice makes perfect. You know they say practice makes perfect.
Makes perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do feel like if you're going to go in there, you got to at least try to lead with your best foot. I feel like he did with the
Maybe he
nuclear
did.
physicist. Yeah, I did. I really did. Like the nuclear physics, like him being a nuclear physicist and he's into martial arts. He had the good topics, but he started stammering, and I think, and he wasn't looking into the camera most of the time. So
Let me tell you, and like we just said, how I said I found him interesting. She's not
Mhm.
into that shit. She is not into none of that. So that's why she was uninterested from the get-go.
Yeah,
Somebody like
not.
me, I'm like, oh, okay, martial arts. Oh, okay, neuroscience. I would have kept it going. But as soon as she's like, martial arts, whack. I can't do this. She was immediately turned off. But if he was like,
are you saying she's a hood booger? Possibly.
No, I'm saying like, I feel like if he said, basketball,
music.
Okay. I write for this and that. I work, I don't know, somewhere that she
man was
feels
reading
like
the art of strategy. That's the most ironic part of this whole thing. He was reading the art of strategy.
well, she needs to find a fucking strategy. Because bitch, you're not gonna find a good one.
She
You're gonna find someone
probably
who's
doesn't have a strategy.
who's gonna fuck you and leave. And you're gonna be sitting there thinking, damn, I should have spoke to martial arts.
Mr. Neuroscience. He sounds like he got a lot of hobbies.
I'm telling you, I know that man. I know he's interesting. She just had to talk to him more.
Yeah,
I know
because you're not gonna get to know somebody within like a first couple.
Right, and it's speed dating. How much fucking shit you want him to say? Then you would have been like, he talked too fast. He had too much going on. Okay, girl. What do you want?
Patience is a virtue, after all. But I mean,
He be like, yeah, I'm a hustler. Yeah, I'm a hustler. Like that's what she wanted. She wanted her little Jay-Z coming through. Girl, you're not Beyonce. Go sit down.
I think where he went wrong is going on the show in the first place, thinking that he's going to find someone intellectual like him. That
Right.
he was talking to the wrong person, and
Mm.
and to be honest, like speed dating is supposed to be one-on-one. The fact that the host is beautiful and all of that, but her being there makes him even more nervous. So now you got two beautiful women on the screen that he
Right.
might deem as beautiful, and you're talking to him like it's an interview. Therefore, you're going to get an interview reaction. Um,
Right. Right.
Second of
I feel
all,
that.
like he is a handsome man. Yes, he was stammering. I personally would think that was adorable. And like Xavier said, you're not going to learn everything in one sitting, just like you're not going to learn the person's body during sexual intercourse in one fucking sitting. Get over yourself. You have to ask questions. You have to know what they're about in so many different ways, in so many different realms. Like, get it together. So her attitude, like where even Ray was saying, she wasn't interesting when he first came on. She was already rolling her eyes because guess what? He looked presentable. Therefore, in her head, she probably like, I can't match his energy. It's too fucking hot. I need a fuck boy.
I'm so glad you said that because I meant to say that. I felt like he was too high in the clouds mentally and
Mm-hmm.
career wise.
Yeah, she can't manipulate him.
What's her job? I
She
want
can't
to know.
manipulate him.
I want to know what she does for a career. She
Right.
probably fucking work at Ulta Beauty.
Hey, Ray.
No offense to nobody who work at Ulta Beauty. I'm just saying.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you think that maybe Red Pill puts a little bit too much accountability on dudes?
A little bit.
A lot of it, but
A lot bit.
a lot
Oh,
of
so
it.
she knows. She
But
knows what I'm
I
talking about. Because
do.
they're like, oh, if you can't back this, it's your fault, and it's because you're lame. It's because you can't do this, and because you got like, I mean, maybe some of these chicks are just fucked up and have fucked up standards. Maybe, possibly. I don't know.
No,
That's
we need to talk about it more. It's not talked about more on what society pressures men to put on the table versus women. We do not talk about that enough.
Do you get on Twitter, Crystal?
Damn.
And I'm still trying to work it out, man.
Girl, no, because
Twitter.
this conversation is on Twitter,
Really?
aka Black Twitter, yes. And there's like 60-40 of people saying, yeah, like, men shouldn't always have to bring something to the table. What about the women? And then you get, well, if you're a man asking a woman what she brings to the table, clearly you're
Not a man, not a real man, or
something,
some shit like that.
something like that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
heard that
this
argument
straight.
before.
Let me get this straight. So a man is supposed to get a woman that is a high fucking liability. If you know that you wouldn't pay your money unless you're going to get an investment back, let's be realistic. Why the fuck would you do that in a fucking relationship?
You wouldn't.
So
You would
why
not.
would you think that a man, you're entitled to a man's money and everything when you have nothing to fucking bring? Like, let's be real. Okay, let me not get started. I already
because
we
I
had
want to
bridges
You
know
already pulled the
why
motor.
why is it acceptable for a man to bring a woman off the street with nothing, build her up, but a woman can't do that for a man though? She
Some
has to
women
pull
will
him.
say they do that.
No.
It happens,
I know
but it's
it
not
happens.
that common.
But in society, especially in the Black community, even though women be doing it, on Black Twitter, they're like, yo, that is not acceptable for a woman to be taking your. We do not need your extra baggage. You need to come with yourself, figure it out. We shouldn't have to take care of no damn man.
I heard all this stuff. I heard all this.
Okay, so he's supposed to take your broke ass coming from fucking Best Buy. Okay, no education.
No job to be chicks with no jobs.
Okay, he drives a BMW. He works for a law firm. He makes very good money. He lives in a fucking condo with 2 bedrooms, paying $2,500, $3,000 a month. And he meets you. You're giving him this aura that you're doing something, but in reality, you're working, like I said, in Best Buy in customer service, making
or not at all.
Okay, making $625 every 2 weeks. Okay, not even every week,
Damn,
and
that's
he's
small.
supposed to
That's
he's
small.
supposed to accept you and build you up, and that's acceptable. He's helping his woman out. He's trying to get you here. He's trying to make you take some classes. He's trying to connect you with his connections. Boom, it's okay. Oh, he sets this girl up. This and that, and then that bitch is gonna fucking use him and leave him because she thinks he's ended up being corny. Okay, but then the women, a man is like, yeah, I'm working 3 jobs. I'm trying to do this and that. I'm trying to go this and that. Oh, I need a man who got his stuff already figured out.
Right.
I don't
Like your
have time for
father
that. You need to be on my level.
said.
Your level.
And because I told him, that's funny you say that, because I told my son, if a woman ever tells him to be on his level, ask her what level is her father on,
Ooh.
and I'll try to get to his level.
Damn.
That's a good one.
No, seriously, because
that's a good one.
the shit needs to stop.
I don't
Because at
think
the
I've
end of
heard
the
that
day,
before.
even
That's a
when
good one.
my first time of dealing with a no good guy, I didn't let that.
No, this don't even have to.
is on. There you go. There you go.
Okay, so I have a best friend, highly educated, smart girl. Sometimes I tell her she needs to scale it back. I said, because what you're expecting is sometimes too much, and you're not looking in the right areas for these dudes. You're still getting these dudes who want to be a little urban but educated, and that's where you're fucking up.
You
And
think?
you need to stop looking there. I said, because
Right.
she was upset that the guy on their first meeting, first little date, first meeting, he wanted to go to this area. So it oversees the whole Washington, D.C. area. It's in Roslyn. And she was upset that he didn't offer to pick her up. He said to meet her there. She said, that's a red flag already. I said, how? He don't fucking know you.
And you
Right.
don't want.
Why does he have to come and pick you up? It's the first date. What if you come
Do you
and
even want him to know where you live at?
right? I'm like, but not even that. I'm like, well, what if you disrespect him, or he feels a way meeting you? Now he gotta still drop you home. He just
Right,
can't
and you
park.
don't know what he went through already, so respect that.
And I told her, and I said, and also vice versa. And she was like, oh my God, I can't stand you do that. She said, but I get it. No, you're right. I said, yeah. I said, you can't be thinking like that. Okay. I said, but was he a nice guy? Did he do this and that? I said, so because he didn't pick you up, what, is he X'd out now? That doesn't make
Can't
sense.
afford it. Can't afford it. It ain't
So
much.
why should he go 30 minutes out his fucking way to pick you up for a date that who knows if it's going to go anywhere? No,
Right.
bitch, bring your fucking ass down there. You are more than capable. You're an independent woman, remember? You make your own money. You pay for your own car. Go drive that fucking car and go fucking meet him. End of the story.
Hey man, that's some real shit. Cause I've even done that. Like I've been out with a girl and we both had our own money. We both paid for our stuff, and then we went home.
Yes, because I keep telling y'all, men, you straight men, I'm so sick of y'all dating and y'all always have to pay for shit. Y'all are going to go broke.
For a date that's most likely not going to go
Not going to go
anywhere.
anywhere, and
Not
the
going to go
girl
anywhere.
is using you for a free meal.
Yeah, that's the end thing now.
What?
Yeah.
I can't tell
You
y'all
know
how
what?
many females I've heard in conversation talk about that. I said, excuse you? I said, that's not cute. They're like, Xavier. I said, that's not cute to me. I'm sorry.
That's
I
I
don't
think
like
it's like
that.
a no, but the thing is nobody holds accountability for their actions nowadays, and I'm always preaching about accountability, but it's serious because even me, when I was younger, I was so in love with this high school guy, and I got him a Banana Republic job. I hooked him up to the people I knew. Like I hooked him up, and he done dumped me for someone else. Like it was like a 2-year, 3-year relationship. So when I finally hooked him up and had him go on his feet, because I got tired of him asking me, oh, can you do this, can you do that, and him looking like he's down on his last leg, I said, you know what, let me just get him a job, so when he gives me $5 or whatever the case is, he don't feel less than a man. I didn't let that situation make me not aid my husband at the time. You know what I mean? I could have made that me bitter and do that to other people, but I didn't do that because there was no need. I still have to say, well, I saw the red flags. Why did I go above and beyond for somebody who would never do that for me, or I felt didn't do enough for me to even do that? So I feel like people take whatever pain they went through and do this to other men because they decided to put themselves out there.
They're like, this ain't gonna happen again. Like,
I just hope it changes because it's getting out of hand. Like, I saw the guy on the TV that she was talking to, and I was like, that's husband material. He doesn't even know it yet. He's too busy trying to find out where he wants to go in life. But that's husband material. What are you talking about?
Because I sure enough would have been like, oh, let's go on a date. Yes.
Exactly.
You're nice. And that's another thing too. Like, I want to get that aura that you're a nice guy. I don't need you being all tough and talking all tough and shit like that.
First
if it needs to come out. But I want to know that you're a nice person.
She probably young though, because young girls are like close to when they approaching their 30s, they like that nice guy shit. They be like, oh, Cookie, you're so nice. But when they like 24, 25, 23, teenagers and shit like that, they don't be interested in that nice guy shit.
You see, that's how I knew I was fucking different because the nice guys is the freakiest. People be sleeping. I don't know.
That is very true.
Ever. Like, I'm just like, okay, you nice? Okay, let's go. That's why I always work for nerds.
They just fucking you like it's their last time or some shit.
That part.
People with the plus ultra. That's what
they're trying to get you. They're trying to beat Tyrone. That's why.
Trying
to beat Tyrone. They said if she thought that he was good, wait till I put it on her.
Oh my god!
Stop.
They just think they go
you are not going to talk about my blue voice like that.
I'll give you the deep stroke and the breaststroke.
First of all, if you're talking like that in my fucking ear. I've been like, pause. Wait. What is this for fucking voice?
Tyler will put it on you. Yeah.
My face would literally be screwed up. I would literally be laying there screwed up. Like, can you stop? Oh, you don't like that? No, I don't.
You like it when I slap it like that, huh? You like that, huh? Yeah. Does it make you feel good? Make you wet? Yeah.
You need to shut the hell up.
What am I hearing?
They're making fun of my boo from the speed. Leave my man alone.
Okay.
Any last words before we move on to it?
No, let's move on. Good
Lord. I would just say this: the more I listen to Xavier and Mark, the more and more I start thinking they right. I might start going Mark's approach, not paying on the first date at all.
Bruh, when he said that shit at that little video thing that you did, that shit opened my third eye. That day, I will never forget. When he said that shit, my third eye opened. I was like, I see now. I see the light.
Yeah, I was like, yo, he got a point.
Well, you know Mark Rude anyways.
I've had girls that were,
but it was just like, what my man the Falcon say? Yo, he out of line, but he kind of right.
He out of line, but he's right.
Why are you booing me? I'm right.
I wish somebody would say, "Why you booing me? I'm right."
Like,
they're like, "I'm right. Where's your baby daddy right now?" Oh.
Okay. On to the next topic, and I don't know. I thought this was funny, so I wanted to bring this since it is Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to everybody. And
Oh Lord.
what way to celebrate
I'm
Pride
staying,
Month?
Xavier.
Well, and what
What
great
case?
way to celebrate Pride Month by having same-sex whoppers? Have y'all seen what the same-sex whoppers look like?
No.
Same-sex whoppers.
Oh
What the
my
hell is that?
Okay,
god. Okay.
Are both of
Wow.
the
that's
buns round at the end? Because the bottom button is usually kind of flat and the top button's round.
yes, that's
What
exactly what
the
it
hell
is.
is this?
Hold on,
It's an
I will
insult. That's what the fuck it is. What
I
the
will
hell is that?
This is
I will send a picture to all of y'all, and then y'all
Oh
can
man.
like give y'all opinion on this because I think it's hilarious. But this is what Burger King is trying to sell y'all.
Same-sex
hey,
whopper.
hey,
Wow.
but you know what, Ray? You know what? That proves
Yeah.
everything that I've said correct. I have not missed when it comes to this. The pandering.
Well, this is Austria.
Are they serious right
Oh
now?
wow. It is round as shit. And one's
Like,
flat.
yeah.
One's flat. One's round. Hey, that flat one kind of works though.
I mean, yeah,
So,
it works. I mean, I guess, but I mean, it's a burger. Like niggas are trying to eat burgers. They're not trying to eat two fucking bottom buns. They're trying to eat a damn burger.
Right? Could they at least could they just stamp LGBTQ on the damn bun and go about their
Yeah,
business or something?
like this is
The
like
hell is this
you know
shit?
what I'm saying? Like
Brand that
On the
joint.
wrapper.
we're
Some
included. Like what
rainbow
the hell?
wrapper, some bullshit. Who the hell wants this?
Like
I just wonder. My whole thing is, if you go in there and you order this, do you ask for a top or do you ask for a bottom?
Ooh,
Wow.
shut
that
the
is
fuck
funny.
up.
That's funny.
Ray.
That's funny.
Shut the fuck up.
That is funny.
Now, are you asking for what you are or what you want?
Yo, you are what you eat. So it's just like, what do you want?
Well, I have a bottom.
Yo.
He said, "That's my bottom
And then,
bitch."
and then now that
What
I
about
think
if
of
you're
it,
verse?
if you're bisexual, that means you kind of like got to get both because you prefer both.
No, no, no. Just because you're bisexual doesn't mean that you take ping.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes. There's some guys who are still kind of straightish, and they be like, "Oh no, ain't nobody touch my booty." Like, all right,
Good lord.
calm down, girl.
So I wonder, is any money made from these? I don't know what the fuck. They didn't even make it colorful, but we're not gonna go there. Um, is
The
any
answer is
money
no
going
because I
to the
already know what you're about to say.
organization? Is
Hell
any
no.
money? So what was the point? Okay,
Well, you know what? Let me not say hell no. Like I don't know, but I'm just gonna say hell no.
so they couldn't make it colorful.
Because
They
I
didn't
feel
see a
like they would have
SpongeBob
said
episode.
on the advertisement, all proceeds from these burgers are going to something positive. They better not say nothing about HIV. That would be shady boots.
Bruh.
That would be shady boots.
Yeah, I mean it's called the Proud Whopper, so I don't know where.
That would be shady
So they
He
boots.
said
should
not
have
HIV.
they should have the
That's
Proud Whopper exclusively to the LGBT community at their stores and their locations. Like, why is it just at? Forget it. I'm
They
trying to.
said, bitch, we are not doing nobody's San Francisco and West Village in New York only. We need to make money.
Yeah, but if these motherfuckers is too okay, no Lord.
They
I
said,
bet you they don't have it in certain areas.
open up your own Burger King then. Put your damn
uh
rainbow shit on there.
oh man. Also, I don't know if any of y'all, because Ray J, he was on Instagram and he was saying
Oh yeah.
a lot of straight men, you should be supporting more gay men and whatever they're doing. And it's just, do y'all, I think that's somewhere along the lines that he was saying. So do y'all agree with that, or do y'all
I'm
feel like he
just
was pandering?
I feel like
Oh,
he's pandering because I'm like, what gay stuff have you been a part of?
Mm.
I've never seen you go to lunch with a gay friend.
And who said this?
Ray J.
Ray
And I'm
J.
not saying that he's homophobic. Like I've never heard him say anything crazy. But it's like, how do we know that you're really part of us? I've never heard you say nothing.
That hey, you have a point.
You know,
Well,
like
he
if Mark
shouldn't
was to
say these
become
things
famous,
now.
they'll know he was really supportive. They'd be like, them two been going out to lunch for years.
What's Ray J's agenda? Because usually when guys talk like this and they're not used to, they're not, they only just started recently, is because they probably discovered something sexually within them.
Girl,
So what is he trying to?
he was messing with a transformer, and now he
That's
trying
He
right.
said a transformer.
Yo,
he
shit.
was messing with a transformer. Now he over here like, I love the LGBTQ. Don't expose me. I love you guys. You better not
I'm an
expose me.
ally. I'm an ally.
I'll send you
Wow.
money. Don't expose me. I love y'all.
That nigga said, "Shout out to all my gay niggas." It's just that's it. That's how you. I
That part
love
kind of
when
was
dudes
funny. I
be
was like, bye,
ignorant with they.
AJ.
I love when dudes be ignorant with they support because you can tell it's just like you. It's just very ignorant. It's just like they're trying, but it's just come out so stupid. Just go
The
sit your
heart is
ass
there.
down somewhere.
The heart is there. The
Happy
intention is
gay
good.
pride,
They
my
just
niggas.
You
I
know
love
what
you,
real
gay ass
support
niggas.
is? Real support is having to sit next to a coworker that's talking shit about gay people all the time, and you leave them a banana all the time on their desk, and they don't know who put it there. Or you'll like put colors on it and leave it on her desk. I'm not saying I did that, but I'm just saying that's supporting people. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
You're not saying you did
I
that, but you did say
remember
that.
I
I'm just
had a
kidding.
friend in high school, and I was on Uvu with her, and her boyfriend was trying to say what's up. He was like, "Hey, what's up, X, this and that,"
Callback.
and his friends were in the background going in on me, and he put them niggas in their place. And ever since then, I've always been a fan of Calvin. I said I love me some Calvin. I said Calvin did not have to do that, and he still asks about me to this day. I was just like, I'll fuck with Calvin. I said that's a true supporter.
That's dope. That's a dope ass shit. That's I think that's a great way to show support too.
Yeah, it's like
Uh,
goddamn. Cause I mean, Ray, you've been there, and Wallace, I've been there when some of them niggas would try it, and I'm sitting here like, having to go off and say shit to them because I'm sitting here like, how are you all in my face, acting like you got a problem with gay people?
yeah, I always thought them niggas was weird when they do that. It's just
I
Just
remember
like
the
that
first
one
time I had to
dude
do
who
that.
had a black eye and he talking shit to me, and I said, "Bitch, you want another fucking black eye?" And he over there talking all this shit in the student lounge. And then the next day he gonna try to dap me up, something. He apologized, and then all of a sudden, every time he see me, he over there in my face. I'm sitting here like, okay, what in the download is going on?
Right? Like if he really don't like you, you need to be minding his own business, right? You one would think.
nah. Yeah, but sometimes they be just fucking with people just because. I've heard stories about that too. Like
Oh,
motherfuckers
about
just be
the
teasing motherfuckers. Yeah, they just be teasing motherfuckers, and then come to find out they was in the closet and they just like liked
oh,
them and some shit.
And I
Yeah,
remember a
I,
conversation we had like a few weeks back of how young you are when you know. Because I
Mm-hmm.
remember I had to do the same thing in elementary school. I remember him too. Because we were close and we bonded over the fact that we were both Pisces, right? But I could tell that he was straight up gay. He knew it. The way I'm like, and fast forward to the future, straight I'm telling you, yeah. So I remember they used to tease him for being gay, at that time, and they used to always have to defend him, you know.
Yo, who
So
dropped something over there? Hello?
that was me, tools.
Oh.
But yeah,
And trust me, and stuff like that, you like a lot of men don't know how much we really appreciate that.
Mhm.
and how much that like you guys look so different to us when you guys do that. 'Cause it's like, you know, you feel more comfortable, or like we know that if you're there, you would stand by me. So
Mhm.
like, you know, like when Mark and I are out, I know, you know, if somebody say something, sometimes he might say something before I even do. And like, you know, but when you're with some people and you know they're kind of like won't say nothing, and you know they'll allow people to do stuff to you, you kind of like, yeah, you know, I don't want to be around y'all. Because if something really was to pop off, y'all won't have my back like true friends.
Mhm.
Hmm. My cousin, it's all of us. Anytime we went to the club in New York, and he stayed in the Bronx. Now you know how the Bronx get down. They don't give a fuck. The rules were in the family. We jump in for Derek, aka Birdie. That's his nickname.
Oh my gosh,
That's
why
just
is he
how it
calling
has to
me?
be. Yeah, that's just how it is.
Yeah, it's just really the principle of it. Like that's a person at the end of the day, right? Like
Yep.
just have that human decency. Like that's really it. Every like you don't have to freaking change your freaking logo to the rainbow just to show some fucking decency.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
like, yeah, like when people support homeless people, they be putting them on video. And then as soon as they get off video, they snatch it from their hand. Like that kind of shit. But when you could do it without having to be praised and stuff like that, like that's true support. This whole Whopper burger situation, I don't know what the fuck that is. What is
Yeah,
that?
I
That's
don't.
not
I don't.
supporting them. That's just
I
making profits.
that I saw that shit. Like when I googled it, I saw it and I was like, "What the heck?
And it's
What
an
is this?"
insult. The fuck? The ends
Like
or the
they
right.
acting like they did something. Like all you did was put the bottom buns in the top. But like, what the fuck?
You'd even make it colorful. I'm still not. I'm not. I've seen the SpongeBob episode. I
I
know
was about to
everybody
say,
has.
Crystal, you try to get some pretty patties?
Pretty patties, man.
At least the bread part, shit, because that SpongeBob episode was off the chain, and I thought they was gonna come right, but they just came all the way topsy turvy. What kind of upside downtown shit is this? Like, no, this is not good.
I knew it was going to be that. It's going to be either that or it's going to be like two hot dogs and a sandwich or something. I don't know.
I'm sorry. This is completely
Some
random.
perverted shit.
This is completely random about that pretty patties thing, bro.
Mm.
SpongeBob really fucking just outsold the Krusty Krab like it was nothing, and that nigga was like a millionaire nothing. Like what?
my,
You still
my man
standing
was
there?
an entrepreneur. You right.
That was
He
random.
did.
And he still went back working for Mr. Krabs, but we're not
Like
gonna
for
talk
Mr.
Right.
about that.
Krabs, the same nigga that sold you for a fucking nickel. Bro, when I saw that,
Mm.
Oh yeah. Yo, you can't be that cheap. That nigga sold you for
Well, you
shout
know,
out to
uh
cartoons they always gotta go back to the baseline at the end of the show. The cartoons
uh,
without like real narratives.
yeah.
right, right.
All of that to say, just be a damn decent human being. That's it. It ain't hard. Do unto others.
Okay.
Ain't that the golden rule?
Right.
I don't know.
And
People
since
weird.
Clarence bring it up, I might as well end it with this. I do not mind because I've seen a lot of the talks about LGBT and kids shows and all that, and I've been on front to say I don't mind seeing LGBT and kids shows, but I do want them to serve a purpose. And I done seen like shows like they'll put it in there, but they don't really do nothing with it. So
Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna like do this for shows, if you're gonna put them in there, at least make it serve a purpose, not just do it just to pander. Because I know Arthur did it, and um,
With the wedding thing.
yeah, the wedding thing, and it's like I didn't have a problem with him, Mr. Ratburn being gay, but it's just like that's the one and only time you ever heard about it, and then nothing else came from that.
Arthur did like this is all a little bit off topic, but Arthur did like a Black Lives Matter thing, talking about black people this and black people that. I'm like, Where are there even people in Arthur to begin with?
Yo.
I've never seen a human in
Oh.
Arthur ever. This ain't
That's a
song.
little
This ain't
anime.
Song the Hedgehog.
Yo.
I had to. I wanted to find that episode too because it was like I guess Arthur was the brother since they always treat him like a nigga. But
I guess Arthur and what was the nerd one? The one that was like a
brain,
bear.
Armadillo.
Brain. I guess they
Oh my.
brown, so they brown. So I guess they black people are like, nigga, you a Artvart and you a bear. The fuck?
see now you see Francine's a dark skinned monkey and then Muffy's a light skinned monkey. So there's some underlying colorism in there that we just don't.
Come to think of it, you don't see characters in that show that aren't either brown or beige.
Mm.
I
Like,
mean,
have you ever seen like a just a gray character or like
there's
a
Buster.
Buster? He's white too.
Buster's white. There's a
He's just
white
white.
No, but
button.
that's what I'm saying. Like he's different from
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
rest.
yeah. He's yeah. But those are like the most predominant animal colors though. Is either brown,
Yeah,
black, white, beige, something like that. It's rare to find an animal that's like blue or red. They
unless
exist,
it's
but
like
they
a
rare
bird.
though. Yeah, like a bird. Yeah,
Sometimes reptiles too.
but they have orange and shit though.
Yeah,
And nobody in Arthur is orange that I can remember.
right.
Binky, or is
Binky,
he like
yeah,
brown?
he
Binky,
kind of like a light. He kind of like a
light
he
brown.
barely he's light brown. Yeah,
Okay, I give you that.
caramelish color. He's like a light skinned nigga.
You funny as shit.
Okay. Any last words before we move on to our final topic?
Shout out to Arthur.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Arthur. And,
Having fun isn't hard if you have a library card.
Oh my god.
also, shout out to everybody that's pointing out the panderism that some of these big companies be doing. So now, like people are starting to see it. I'm glad that people are starting to call it out.
I'm
It's a
saying,
beautiful
bro,
thing.
because they do it to everybody. They did doing it to
Everybody,
us for the fucking
everything.
longest. Like now, everyone else is getting theirs.
Oh well. So
I,
all right,
I, I
on
might
to
I
our
might be.
last.
Oh, I got one. I got one thing.
No, go ahead.
I might be incorrect on this a little bit because I don't. I read a little bit of her comics, but not a lot. But does what's that? American Chavez. Does she come from a lesbian planet, or is her parents just lesbians?
Her parents are just lesbian.
Okay. Cause I thought I read some article where they talking about her she came from a lesbian planet or something. But when I read the comic book, they only really showed her parents. They ain't show everybody else like that for real. From what I read though, I only read like 5 books.
Oh shit.
That's
Wait,
it.
where's
Hmm?
she from? Who's American Chavez? Who's that from?
From another dimension.
Yeah, another alternate Earth, not six. What is it? 616, 626. The, the
616.
main the main universe of Marvel.
616.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh,
616.
Okay. All right.
Right, well, never mind.
Also, P.S. Like I finally watched Rugrats, the 3D Rugrats on Paramount, and
What's that?
it's okay. How can I say this? It's not good. The voice, okay. The kids' voice acting is okay. It's like it's obviously because you got the same actors that's doing it, but the adults' voice actors are terrible, and it fucking
Mm.
takes you out the show. They made Betty gay, so there's no Howard there, and
Mhm.
she doesn't serve a purpose, and it's
Didn't
I
one of
don't
the
know.
voice
It's just like I'm trying to
didn't one
give
of
it a
the voice
chance, but it's
actors for
just
the kids
like
die?
this is not good. But go ahead.
Didn't one of the voice actors for one of the kids die in real life? I
Probably.
think think I heard
because
that.
Chucky sounds different because it's
I
probably the
think
one that voiced
it could have
Chucky.
been. Yeah, I remember one of them died from that show. But yeah, wow, to be expected.
I wouldn't think their voice would sound the same anyway if they hit puberty.
Yeah, no, but they were
It-
women. So it was adult women that were doing the.
yeah, all of them are women, and there's
Yeah,
like adult ones. Like I think Tara Strong was Tommy or some shit like that. I think
possibly.
Mm.
one of them was Tara
Oh
Strong.
no, I was
But
talking about from a character perspective, like them being characters. Like the characters are older in the show now, right? You talking about the
no, they're
Rugrats?
still
They're the same.
babies.
Oh yeah, that's
No,
talking about
they're
the one when they still babies. Okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
they
they're
just
still
remade
babies.
the
Yeah,
CGI.
the adults. That's what I'm saying. The adults, like the Stu and Dee Dee and Betty and Tess, their voices are terrible. That's where it's like it kind of takes me out the show. And
Mm.
How about the
so
adventures, yo?
Oh,
Those
excuse me.
imaginative adventures, like the best part of the fucking show. Like how that
it,
work in 3D.
they still have them,
Mm-hmm.
and but like I said, they're hit and miss. That's all I can say. It's hit and miss, but so um, I don't know. I'm gonna try to finish it. I'm gonna just sit through it because I sat through worse. But I'm gonna sit through it. On to our final topic, and as our favorite type of topics about guns, especially guns in New York, and how the state done raised the age Monday from 18 to 21 for people to buy automatic, semi-automatic weapons, and bolstering the reporting requirements of social media companies when they are alerted to credible threats of violence. So basically, they don't raise the age in New York from 18 to 21 to own a gun, which in my opinion, I don't know if that helps or not, but since what do y'all think? Does that like serve? Because our New York already has, to me, New York already has strict gun laws in to begin with. So I don't feel like you raising the age for 18 to 21 does anything.
Mm.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Hmm.
What do you think, D Wolf?
So what age do you get drafted again? Can you? I mean, can you get into the
Mm.
military?
17.
And use a gun, right? Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
17.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm. Ah, yeah.
This is. Oh.
The
So
contradiction.
yeah. So now for your country, because the government said go somewhere, you could be that age. You safe. Yo. But in a scenario where you got to do something, you can't even have it. Get the
To
fuck.
protect your house or
I don't
protect
understand.
whatever.
There's nothing, and they always say common sense, gun laws. What's common sense about this? There are older guys from the military who can carry guns who do stupid shit when they come back because of PTSD and all that stuff. So what's the age doing? What is this?
If you're stupid,
So you
you're
can't
stupid.
say it's because he's gonna be young and dumb, so we gotta be careful with him using the gun. No, you can't say that. There are older guys that will do the same shit after coming from war. So the kid who you just said is okay to go to war. What difference does it make now? This is insane. This is insane. These people just have it just because they live in fucking New York. Not because they want to be a criminal, but that's the best way they could get it. Just to do the right thing in case they need it. But they get jammed up when they get caught with it and have to do 3 years maximum or minimum, whatever it is. All right. That's why sometimes the good people end up getting the gun the wrong way because they're like, I ain't taking no fucking chances. I love the city, but I get that. So, this is. I don't know. We're focusing on the wrong thing.
New York is
That's what
very
I'm
liberal.
saying.
That's why they
Yeah,
got it like that.
it's one
We're
thing. It's
focusing on
one
the
thing.
wrong thing. It is
It's
not
one
this.
thing to take the initiative. It's just like, but it's just like, wasn't the guy that was shooting the subway? I don't know. People was looking at that it was a conspiracy. It was just like he was like in his 50s or some shit like that. So it's just like,
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
is that? To me, it's just like, what is that? And then, like, if anybody knows that, let's say you take all the guns, there's somebody that's going to get them illegally anyway. So I know a lot. It's like anybody can tell you, like, it's easy to get guns illegally. I don't have them, but I know, like, I'm pretty sure, like, if I can look up hard enough, I can find a way to get a gun illegally without people really noticing.
Raymond,
And
you
I
sound
know
like a right wing lunatic.
it's, it's what do you want me to what do you want me to say? Is just like I could, like I said, I can see you taking the initiative, but you're going at it the wrong way. It's not.
See, you're
It's
speaking common sense, but they're asking for common sense gun laws, which brings this bullshit. You're making common. You have common sense though. So
I just
they just do everything backwards, yo. That's what I said. If the news says something, it's the opposite because nothing makes
Just
sense.
Raymond,
It's
just say
like
it's
you're
like
a
people
right
just
wing nut
trying
job.
to.
Just say it. Just say you're a right wing nut job. Just say it.
so what happens.
Yo, I
So
get
I'm
that
just
a
saying.
lot.
So
I'm telling you.
so what happens when a 30-year-old man just starts shooting up a random spot? You gonna move it up to 30 or 40 or some shit like that?
We're gonna move it to 35. The age you could be president is the age you can own a gun. That's what they're gonna do.
Not the
Like,
why, it's the
yeah,
what. It's not the why anymore. It's the what. I'm like, just
that's
I
hilarious.
don't care what, yo. Why did this person kill these people? That's where I am.
And then we go, all right. Then, like I said, it's gonna be like prohibition for guns and some shit like that. It's like niggas is gonna get. You know, in Canada, they're printing guns. They're printing guns with 3D
With
Yeah,
printing.
3D
the 3D
printers. Yeah,
printers, yeah.
yeah. And that's
And
not even
so,
an
what
old
you?
concept. It's just happening in droves now.
Yeah, it's like, and this is happening in Canada and shit because they done banned all guns, and then it's just like, okay,
The thing is
what,
about
what?
these. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, and then I'm like, okay, what's that gonna do about the stabbing? Because most people was like,
In the UK, and the
yeah, it's
stabbing, yeah.
like if you go, what I notice, and I'm just saying this, a crazy person is going to find some way to kill you. You know
Yep.
how many, you know how many times I've heard like a woman running their man over with a car, and not just running them over, like
Tiger.
pulling the car in reverse and then running them over again, and then just continuously. I've heard, obviously, y'all done heard like thousand ways to die. It's like I've heard so
Oh,
many
that was the
ways.
shit.
It, that was the shit until it got like stupid. It was like the third scene,
Yeah,
it got real
yeah.
stupid. But
Hmm.
it's just I've heard so many creative ways of, and I'm not picking on women, but I've heard so many creative ways of women killing their husbands off of different shit. It's been like putting fucking poison in their spaghetti, or
Fucking
it's just
IV
like
channels.
the Lorena Bobby shit where nigga got his dick cut off. I know he didn't die, but the nigga got his dick cut off. I've heard I've
Might as
heard
well be
like
dead. I'm just kidding.
yeah, like I've heard my father told a story about I think one of my aunts poured Drano on one of my uncle's legs because he cheated on her or some shit like that. And fucking like
I'm sorry.
Mm.
note to self, whoever's dating Crystal, don't cheat on her. Cause she just laughed at me.
Right.
Stop blowing up my spot, man. Oh.
Black men don't cheat, but this
Mhm.
I'm trying to help. But y'all know what I'm saying. It's like if a crazy person gonna find a way to kill you, they will. It's not. I don't watch too many episodes of Dexter to know there's a lot of creative ways to kill a motherfucker.
Because it's easy to kill somebody, really.
No, but it's the cleaning up part that's the bitch. Like anybody can. Okay, let me shut up. I'm just not making any sense.
I watch Dexter. You're right. No. That's not even crazy. You're absolutely correct. This is like
A
the
lot of
cleaning
work.
up part. The cleaning up part is the.
God bless you, Crystal.
God bless you.
Because people's tissue is so soft that you can easily kill somebody, even a strong motherfucker. You can cut the jugular or their throat, and they bleed
Again,
out.
that's too like it's gonna be splattered too much. Too much. The best way is just poison, get a barrel, put the liquid in there, put the body in there, and then by the time they look for the body, it's already gone and dissolved.
Yeah.
And then you put it in the water. That's it.
Again.
Or spike a needle and shoot people's hands.
Somebody, I'm assuming, has watched too many documentaries.
No, just I just watched Brooklyn Life. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, carry on. It's fine.
Right.
Again.
But yeah.
It's like this is why I don't cheat. This is why black men don't cheat. This is why I don't cheat.
I've been face to face with them, yo.
But
With
on to
guns,
the
yeah.
top.
I'm like,
But
sorry.
pretty much,
I
if
just,
someone,
yo,
if
I've
someone
been
wants to
face
kill
to face
people,
with them, and I'm like, yo, those shits are scary. But I'm like, first thing in my head was like, if only I had one. But yeah,
Yeah, I was
like if
watching The
somebody want to kill
Wire.
people, they
I
will.
remember watching The Wire, and like in the, I think it was the third or fourth season with Chris and Snoop, they was just like killing niggas and then putting their bodies up in abandoned house buildings and dissolving their bodies and shit. It's
Mm.
just like, and then like reboarding the doors and shit. It's just like you find a lot of ways. Like if they really wanted the body gone, and the old sleeping with the fishes and the cement shoes and shit. That's old Italian stuff.
Someone blew up a truck to kill massive amount of people.
True.
So I mean, like, if you want to kill a lot of people, you can find ways to do that too. Because they more concerned about killing mass amounts of people. But I'm like, you can find ways to kill. You can find ways to kill massive amount of people. Really, there's
just
tons of
hack
ways to
the
do this
grid.
shit.
Just fucking hack the grid. Yo, stop.
They've been talking about that too.
Imagine.
They need to
Exactly.
secure that a lot more than they have, but we're not going to talk about that because talking about that is just you realize how scary it is to live in America.
If I get into the seriousness of that, I'm like, this is because the apps are already run. They know where we are, so they'll know when to. Anyway.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah. So.
And then they tell me, like, oh, they should have to have a psychiatric review to get it again. I'm like, how they gonna reinforce that? Really?
They gonna give them a paper? Are you crazy? No.
They gotta hire a shrink. They gotta go through this long process
And
of
that falls
psychic
under
analysis for
illegally.
everybody who's trying to buy a gun. Everybody, there's a lot of people trying to buy guns.
So,
I'm
and
sure
the
it's
thing
a
is,
lucrative business.
the examples enough. Like, wasn't it recently a cop that ran away with an inmate? And then we have Joker and Harley Quinn. Who got the guns for Joker? Like, let's not be stupid about it. Like, people are going to get their hands on guns somehow, some way, some shape, some form. Let's just deal with not making sure that stupid people do not get their hands on it.
They need for one with these school shootings and shit. They need to start snitching on people who seem not kind of off, but seem suicidal or some shit like that. Because really, that's what they're doing.
It's one of those things where
You start snitching on them and tell them start getting them like therapy or some shit. Like
it's one of those things
enforcing that
where
shit.
like my bad. It's one of those things where it's just like you can't do nothing until they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if someone seemed off, like for example, that guy who shot up that middle school or elementary school or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
he had cuts all over his face that he inflicted on himself. That's a telltale sign. They should have got that guy. They should have schools getting people who are little loners and
they should have been like, who
super
hurt you?
antisocial. Yeah, they should do that, and they should give them some therapy. They should have schools getting therapy. They government funded schools, most of them anyway. Get a therapist for the school, or get like some therapy for kids who seem like they need it. And if they start showing like dangerous signs like that, like enforce that shit. That's what I think.
They probably did what black people do when we see crazy people. Just don't talk to them. Just let them be.
Leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that boy ain't right. All right. I don't want you to be around here. That boy ain't right. Just go somewhere else. All right. That's.
But there's always that dummy that want to fuck with him. And then he fucks some people up. Always dummies.
That's how I know they're the crazy ones when you like fuck with them and they start going.
Stop.
Oh my
They-
god.
and you be like, God damn, this motherfucker, I'm not coming to school.
I
Let's go. You gonna
cannot.
kill somebody? I know it. I just know it.
It's just like you just throwing a random tantrum or some shit like that. It's just God damn it. It's just like and your mom be like, yo, why you ain't go to school today? It's like for my safety and yours. Yo, let me stop. Let me
but
stop.
but he was like an 18-year-old that decided to go shoot up a elementary school. I was like, what the fuck is that about?
Is he a social? Oh man, I wish I knew more. Cause
Oh yeah,
if
he's
he
a
has, does
sociopath,
he have
obviously.
any association with the teacher? Like,
I don't
what
know.
was he doing in the classroom before it even started? And then he just jumped
No,
out of the
he came
closet.
up into the school. The school didn't have proper security, and he
Okay.
just started
It's
busting
probably the same way
busting
with that
caps.
Buffalo shooter. It's just like he deliberately went out that way because he knew that nobody was going to give him no smoke, and then just like started shooting up the shit. It's just one of those things where like how do you supposed to predict that? Like he's supposed to go to a random neighborhood in Buffalo or some shit like that.
Path of least
Like I
resistance.
like I get what all y'all say. Even like because that's on some total recall shit. It's just like arresting somebody before they do the crime and some shit like that, and just
But what I'm talking about is not arresting him though. I'm talking about like if the
getting them
dude
help.
is get him some help if he's showing obvious signs of like some type of like crazy ass trauma or some shit.
Well, personally, I think therapy should be free for kids.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And and if he's acting like that and he's cutting his face and doing all this weird shit, like it shouldn't even be up to him anymore at that point for real.
And
It
if
should be
not,
enforced.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Do they have school psychiatrists? I know they have guidance counselors, but
Yes, they
do they
do.
have like school psychiatrists?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
But to be honest, I think that we need more of psychotherapists so that they can
Hmm.
identify the level of craziness because we have school psychiatrists, but they are not deemed to write prescriptions. They're not allowed to get but so far regarding children.
These are
Like
things they should be focusing on.
you can only do so much. Their jobs is to identify if the children have ADHD and if it's further or out of their realm of their professionalism or profession period, they have to tell the parents and the parents have to now go and carry them to a psychotherapist or someone of a higher degree. The
Hmm.
school system is not allowed to house psychotherapists because they have to have a reason for it and funding for it as well.
This is where money should go.
But even the asylum people, take the patients and throw them out on the streets. So
Mm.
it's a lot of broken parts to the system. But yeah, we do need a higher degree level of therapists in the school.
Hmm. Some of these kids be fucked up.
This is
You
what
need to give
should
them.
we should be talking about. Not what did it, but the why, and this is why. So let's fix the why.
And
Cause
shame on
It's
the
one of
mother
the
for wanting us
biggest contributors to it.
wanting us
shame on.
to forgive her son for shooting
Yeah,
up
I
the
saw that.
kids. What
Yeah,
the
fuck
fuck is
that.
wrong
Yeah.
with her?
They wasn't even the kids that did anything to him. They was in a completely different. This dude was 18 years old. He was a man
She
at this
was
point.
supposed to be in college, right?
Yeah, he stayed back or something. I don't know. He
Yeah.
wasn't doing good at school. A lot of things was going on with him.
I
There's a
wonder if
lot
he
of
went
things.
to that school when he was a child and a lot of trauma happened in that school. That's why he went right back to it.
That's possible.
I wish they would stop holding on information because we're just here wondering, like,
Cause he was a Hispanic
why?
guy, and that most of the kids that went to that elementary school were Hispanic. So it might be a connection there.
And that teacher, like, what age was she? Was she? Oh my God, I got so many questions. I know this isn't going to be answered here. I'm gonna
You
have to
ain't the
start
only
doing
one.
more research.
You are
Mm.
not the only one. I want to know everything too, because like then we could probably get to the root of the problem.
Thank you. I think that's what's picking at me because I'm like, if we can find out exactly why he's done it, we'll be able to at least have a blueprint of what to look for in these school systems and what led to it, and having teachers that don't cause this shit. Because I
Yeah, I
have a
heard of
couple of teachers that I can beat their ass, but I'm never gonna go to a school. But for the ones that can't handle it or get help for it, they're the ones that's more likely gonna go pull a whatever he did.
yeah. Have you ever heard of Elliot Rogers?
Is that a
I've heard that name
copycat?
before.
Hmm. Someone said something. I heard what you said, Raymond. Someone else said something.
No, go ahead.
No, Elliot Rogers. He's some college dude who got made fun of, didn't fit in anywhere, couldn't get no pussy, which I think was his biggest problem
Was he
that he
Asian?
had. Yeah, he was half Asian, half white.
Okay, I think I heard of him.
Yeah, yeah. And he's like the same situation, crazy dude. He got social issues and obviously psychological issues. You need some
Yeah,
help.
I think I
Need some
remember he
help.
was stalking with this one girl, right?
Well, it was a party. One story I know about, it was a party and he was trying to talk to or was looking too hard at the chick, and then someone said something to him, and
Mm.
they start and the jock dude started making fun of him, and some shit happened, and but yeah, he at the end of the day he ended up just busting cap on a bunch of people around the college restaurant area or some shit.
Mm.
You know those outdoor restaurants they be having?
Yep.
Yeah.
Was this
And
happened in Virginia? Was this like Virginia
I
Tech?
don't remember. I don't. This happened a long time ago, actually. I
Yeah,
don't
I've heard of
remember.
it.
I don't remember where it happened at. I just remember like certain information about the story.
Yeah,
If I
sure.
remember,
And this
if
is
I
what people
remember,
was like, incels are dangerous. Incels are dangerous because of what he did, pretty much.
hmm, I think I remember
Mm.
Parshot, and I think also I remember he did like a he wrote something, and
A
then instead of
manifesto.
yes, that he
Hmm.
wrote it, and then he read it, and he was so passionate about it. And the
Hmm.
students were scared, the teachers were scared, and instead of the teacher talking to the student, she went straight to the supervisor or the principal or whatever, and then he got suspended. So that just added on to
Yeah, he was a
whatever he was
college
trying
student
to do.
though. This wasn't a
Yeah.
high school thing like usual.
Yeah. Yeah, she
Yeah.
went straight to the supervisor.
Hmm.
She was like, mm-mm. She, oh man.
It's getting spooky out here.
They ain't save nobody though.
Any last words before we move on to our final thoughts?
Nope. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, pretty much to me, like I feel like based off of what I'm hearing, it's like we need to learn how to deal with the crazies, the possibly violent crazies.
The FBI
Because
is supposed to
taking
be
away,
doing that, and they've been
yeah,
doing that but failing because most of these people have already been under their watch and shit. I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I think most people they try to just give you medicine like Adderall or some shit like that, and it's like try to get them hooked on drugs, which I don't think is a good solution. Or it's
no,
just
it's
like
not.
medicinal drugs and shit. Yeah, it's like, oh, you crazy? Here, just take this Ritalin or some Adderall or some shit like that. And then once they run out of pills, and then like they can't afford them, some shit like they
Mm.
go back on whatever fucking spree they're fucking on or some shit like that. Like I said,
What's
I don't think ever people ever give you solutions, or at least the government they don't really give you solutions. It's
mhm.
just what's the word I'm looking for?
They give you band-aid.
Thank you.
But do you think that these people are like actually like clinically insane, or do they need help with other things that they're not getting? They need training of some sort.
You know
Cause
what? This
a
gonna
lot of
sound.
people sound like they socially inept, and they don't have any proper social skills to make friends or fit in this into society. So they say fuck society. If I can't be a part of
Mm-hmm.
society, then why not blow it up or whatever they do. Yeah,
But you also have to ask yourself what sends them in that direction, because there are plenty that go through the same thing, but
don't.
doesn't choose violence at all. They just become a recluse and do what they got to do. So we got
True.
to figure
True.
out what triggers that part, what makes them go through that fork in the road.
That's
Whereas
I
true.
like I'll
think
just live my life alone, whatever happens, happens, and the people are like, "Fuck the world, I'm gonna burn it down," because this isn't fair. Like which one? What causes them to go left?
well, we got to look at who is the first person that this person that feels they have to use a gun or use a device to kill people. Like what? Who is the first person they see and learn from? The people taking care of them. So we can honestly say that the first person would be their family. And what level of support is their family? Are they driving them crazy? Are they manipulating them? Is are they the
Family
type
probably
of family?
neglectful.
Huh?
I think I think from what I heard from that guy I just mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
his family was made aware about his issues, but they was kind of neglectful with it. They
Ignored
didn't
it.
they
Correct.
they ain't do what they needed to do.
They did not at all. He moved from one country to another. And I think, yeah, it was something regarding the family. And he didn't talk much, but they was like, oh, that's just
Father, he had
him.
a father. His father was more active, I think,
Right.
than anybody else. But yeah, they ain't really handle that shit like they were supposed to.
Yeah, I always feel like it always stems from the family because even me, I could have been psycho and I decided to get help because it's the family that can really manipulate you to the point. I was part of a family that looks all happy on the outside. And then on the inside, there's some psycho manipulative people. Like, it's serious. You know, it's bad when you got to fight your cousin and they take the cousin's side when he started with you. And yeah, I said
Oh yeah,
he. Like he was ready to pick up a cup and hit me with it, and they was like, "You shouldn't get him upset. You should have just gave him the ring." That
yeah.
Wow.
would
There's
set
there's a
any
lot there's a
chick
lot
crazy.
of there's a lot there actually is a lot of victim blamers out here.
Right.
Schools
We
do
can't
that shit
forget
too.
about the neglectful families too, the ones that don't lock up the gun or go through training with the kids in the house. And when what ends up happening, the little kid finds the
Mm.
gun and or play with
And
it when
they
his
get
friends come
angry.
over. What
Hmm.
Yeah, they
I had know their parents didn't say nothing to them because they got
That's
to
the only.
show them how dangerous this thing is.
That's
Will
the
scare
only
any kid.
reason why. That's the only reason why I
I don't
haven't
even
got a
think your
gun
kids
yet.
should. I don't even think your kids should even know that you have a gun. Cause what
No,
they need to
well,
use it
they're
for?
gonna know. They gotta know.
No, okay. I think they should, but you should tell them
You
it's not a
gotta
toy. I
train
don't
them
ever
up.
want you
Yo,
to.
this is your responsibility. This kid, whatever
Well,
this kid does, is your responsibility. You had him, and you choose to have a gun. It's your job as a parent, both. I don't care who, to make sure that child is privy as to how dangerous this thing is. Don't believe what's on the TV. Blah blah blah. This is really. And as they get older, when you
but
know they can handle it, you're the parent. You could judge that part. When are they mature enough to hold
but
on to it, this that, and the other, and just train them up from there?
but the thing is though, in these situations, this person or this person is like, fuck the world, and they ready to go out with it. Because a lot of people know that they're gonna die after they do what they're gonna do.
Suicide by
They went,
cop,
they done gone full Joker.
if not themselves.
Yeah, yeah, they done gone full Joker, so they don't care about any consequences at this point.
Yeah, I
But
rather
like I
Because
I
said, like
rather
what makes them go choose that fork in the road?
when it comes to kids because
hopelessness, really.
Mm.
They feel hopeless. They feel like they can't change their life.
mm,
And they also
Remember,
live
this
in
is
a
why
world.
we have to arm ourselves, because
Yeah, yeah,
this is we might have that failure.
yeah.
You know, we we missed this one. Now he's about to cause some carnage. This is why we should be armed as well, because these things are going to slip through the cracks.
They be like Joker. Life is just one big joke. That's what they feel like at that point. From
Somebody's
what
got to
I,
stop them.
yeah.
Go ahead, Crystal. You were saying something.
Yeah, all I was saying is I feel like kids should, and what I'm about to say might sound contradicting, but the hell with it. Um, I think guns, you can't take back whatever happens if an accident happens with a gun. It's going to be very traumatic for the children if they let anger and emotions take over. So I kind of agree with not telling the kids until they're of a certain age and they've had training. Like I would have to take my kids teenager age to the gun range, show them how to protect themselves, show them what danger and what damage a gun can do, versus tell them. And until then, they'll just be having to train with swords until they're comfortable enough to go to a gun range and get all the training needed by a professional. I feel like emotions can take over because sometimes you could be the best damn parent there can be, and we don't know what our kids are going through all the time. They might keep it to themselves, and then you tell them, "Yo, by the way, I have a gun in the closet. Don't touch it. It's dangerous." Like I'm a, I'm gonna need to do much more than that because if their emotions take over, they might just take the gun to add to their ego or whoever's bullying them in school. I don't want to be part of that.
That's a fair assessment.
I
Uh,
think I think training definitely is good because like you said, accidents. A lot of kids have accidents with guns because they playing with it and they don't know, you know, how to use it or what it is really. They think it's a toy or something.
Hmm.
I
I would.
mean, I would.
Go ahead, Father.
I mean, but like I can understand the mentality of it being treated as a toy because, I mean, look at how young they can be when they start like seeing images of guns. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in cartoons. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of references to guns are like it starts at early ages. So I feel like that may play a part in it. But I also
Batman animated series.
yeah, but I also feel like at the same time the society that you live in also plays a role because I mean look at how much America deprives people.
Recording is on.
Go ahead, Father.
So as I was saying, look at how America deprives people who do not make a certain type of money. Like they are literally deprived of resources. When you deprive people of resources, that cuts into their mental health because now they're not just worried about supporting a family. They're worried about survival first and foremost. And if they can barely survive and these people have children and you're depriving them of these resources, then that creates that fight or flight type thing. Like that's when the decisions that are made can literally affect how they even view life in the first place. So I feel like when you compound that with the fact that, oh, guns are fucking everywhere in this fucking country, like we have more guns than people. When you take all of that into account, then you can see why this is such a huge problem. I feel like the resources, and by resources, I mean, things like healthcare, things like, a actual welfare system that actually helps people, secure their position to be stable instead of just giving them some fucking crumbs when they're hungry again, like they do with the implementation now. But when you have those type of resources in place for people to use whenever they go into an endeavor and it doesn't work out and they're able to still support themselves, when you have that, I feel like it would solve a lot of motherfucking problems, especially when it comes to the mental health aspect, because a lot of people like to talk about mental health, but they don't really get to the bottom of it. And I know y'all peep it when they talk about it because they either show that stupid ass fucking what's it called, that number, or they'll just briefly mention it and then never really talk about it again until the next shooting happens. So when we prioritize those resources going to the people that need it most, which is people that don't make a certain type of money, then I feel like it will solve a lot of the issues that we are seeing now unfold. And now that we're talking about inflation and people and gas prices going up in a car centric ass society, like we need cars to survive, and now you're telling me like people are gonna be paying even more for gas. Like if you look at Sri Lanka right now, like bruh, they're collapsing right before our very eyes. That country is literally on its last legs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing this happen in a society, and I'm like, yo, that could be us real motherfucking soon. That may be a precursor to what's really about to go down if people really don't understand where to fix the problem.
You finished?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think that also we need to take men's mental health a lot more seriously because I've been noticing like when men feel like there's no hope left, they quite possibly get violent. We've seen like a few, like most of the shooters have this situation where they feel like their situation is hopeless and they decide to go that route. I think people need to take men's mental health a lot more seriously than they do.
I agree. I really do agree with that. Which is why, like, I don't know about y'all. When I usually hear about these serial killers or people that I always think, yo, what made them go through that whole scenario that they just want to go shoot up a school, and then it's just like I've always been that person. Who's just like, damn, what made them go through that? It's like what life they lived in.
It's
It's like I
always
don't have,
that awkward kid. Always the awkward
yeah,
kid.
I don't be having sympathy for them because they did it, but at the same time, it's just like, damn, what made them go through that? Because it's just like I don't want or my future kids to go through that same thing, and I don't think any parent wants their kids to like go through that through
Right.
that shit either.
I just wanted to mention that um, this is why I just really can't focus on the what, but focus on the why. Is because like when I look through history, because I've been looking at history a lot for the last few years, and I recall seeing plenty of photos and illustrations of families with guns, with the kid holding a gun, and I'm like,
Hmm.
this is a time where everybody had one, right? Everybody had one. Everybody was trained up with one. They had to deal with defending their home, or they have to hunt, this, and so these things are being exposed to them all the time. This is the way of life, whatever next best killing thing there is, a human's gonna get it to make life easier, is it's either to kill someone or for game or to rescue. So, they're gonna find the most efficient way to do these things, and we're all gonna be exposed to it some way or the other, The way life is today, with the internet, we're being bombarded, and we got the news pumping our head and shit like that. There's a certain focus that it tends to sway us off of because that focus is obvious, is your emotion, you know you're seeing it. You don't know these people. You wouldn't have known otherwise unless some way, someone who knows that person telephoned it to you. You would not know what we see on the news all the time of these people we've never fucking met. You wouldn't know these things, but you and yours and whatever. It might come to you someday, or you might choose to pick up the newspaper. But so without what we're bombarded with, would we be even having this argument? Would this even be what? That's not even a question. I'm sure things wouldn't be the way they are today if it wasn't for propaganda and shit. But yeah, like Native Americans, once they got their hands on fucking guns, what were they doing? Right?
At the end of the day, I just don't want to be unarmed, knowing that a person who is armed can shoot me at any time. Like, I need to protect my family at all
And
costs
don't
because, yeah,
and don't forget they could come into your house
that part.
and bully you, rape your husband, rape your
I'm sorry.
kids,
Can you
hide
not?
your kids, hide your wives. They could do whatever the fuck they want to do because they got guns and what you got your ass right there. What you gonna do?
Well,
I
it
don't
seems
want
to
to be
be.
on the wrong side. That's all.
Mind the people
I
around you, yo. in your
Yeah,
circle.
yeah. All right.
Cause
Any last words?
that actually happens though. People will actually be like coming robbing people and they be like raping people in the house and shit and take the shit. There was one situation where they raped a couple and then made them make them breakfast in the morning.
What the?
Wow.
Nigga, that's
Yes,
crazy.
they had a gun. The robbers had a gun obviously, but they didn't. The homeowners didn't have one at all. They was with their ass and yeah.
I cannot. I should
Uh,
not be laughing at this. I'm going to hell.
any last words before we move on to our final thoughts? That says a
Mind
lot.
your
All right.
circles, yo. Nah, mind your circles, yo. Pay attention to how people function. You know, you gotta know your neighbors, build that community, so we can reduce this shit.
Yeah, nobody know their neighbors these days. I don't even know my neighbors, so I can't even talk.
Yeah, see,
I don't
like
know
we
who they. I
gotta
don't know their name
know.
is.
We gotta know what's going on around us, yo. It used to be that way. It never even used to be a problem.
Look, if
Yeah.
you
Like
guys don't
you
want to
know,
be
but
invasive,
nowadays nobody wants to. Yo, I'm like, geez,
if
I
you don't
live
want to
like that, but
be,
now society's like that.
yeah, but if you don't want to be invasive, because everybody's gonna be yelling, "Oh, he's a stalker," or "She's a stalker," or "She's crazy," just take their license plate and do your research, and you'll be okay.
You.
Again,
People are all real weird these days when you try to be like not friendly, but you try to be like
Have manners. Say good morning. Yeah, I've
yeah.
tried it.
They're that yeah that
I've
yeah.
tried
I've
it,
tried
and
it too.
I've
That's why I
been
don't do it no more.
accused. No, that's why you just take their license plate, make sure they're not a mass murderer. They ain't got people up in Cuba trying to use you as lateral, and we all good. See?
That's what was crazy about when I moved to LA from New York. Like nobody said hi, yo. I'm like, what is this?
Right.
Everybody's too laid back out there. Nobody, unless they already know you, you're not getting a hi or good morning. Unless you gotta walk into an establishment or already know the person, then you will get a proper greeting, you know.
I
But they just
miss
look you up and down, like, oh, what?
I miss
Ewo, did they
whenever.
ever ask you, did you gangbang?
Are you
No,
gang
but they
gang? Do
always
you
ask me
gang
for
bang?
no. They always ask me for
Do
some
you
weed though.
bang? I was like,
Do
you
you
blood
Nah,
gang
crip.
bang?
they only ask you for some weed.
But I miss the days where computers weren't everywhere because the days when computers weren't everywhere, people talked a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. And cell phones.
Yeah, cell phone. That's a computer. It's a little
Once
mini
texting
computer,
came in, it was over, yo.
right? And high speed internet where you could download a video
Mm-hmm.
within like what a couple of seconds.
Broadband.
Hmm.
Oh man,
When
I
they had the
don't miss those
AOL
days.
with the people would communicate a little bit more. Now, like, why are you asking me that? Why don't you just Google it? You asking me questions, communicating with me. God.
Even my
Um,
circle, like I don't know how you guys are on the podcast, but my circle, they know that we don't just text. You got to pick up the phone and call me, or you got to send a voice message or something.
Text is a
I have
heads
to
up.
know that you're alive because text message doesn't really give you the emotion behind words, and it's a lot of assumptions, making me an ass, and you as
Yo,
well for assuming everything.
the
The fuck?
amount of arguments. Oh my
Right,
god.
right.
Like I did not mean it that way. What the fuck? What?
Especially couples, don't text all the
Yes.
time. Try to call. You know,
I
because
can't text all the time. I'll be at work and shit. So I'll be like I'll be making little video recording joint. Or I call. Yeah, like ask Raymond. Ask
send
Raymond.
your
I was about
I
to
voice.
call Raymond. I'll be like I ain't got time to text. They like get off the goddamn phone, get to work. It's like
I stay sending
say,
voice messages. You can hear my
me,
emotions. Damn it.
yeah, I love it though. I love it. It's like about everybody here. I know everybody here, and then other people I know. I try to keep in touch with everybody. That's at least the one good thing I would say about social media. I've been
oh yeah.
anybody that bothers to keep in touch with me, or I keep in touch with them. I like always reach out. I'm so y'all know. So y'all already know y'all hear from me. So especially like me and Clarence, we talk like almost every day, and then I know like me and Crystal, we back and forth with some messages and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like Father and I, we in the Discord, so and sometimes we like run some video game sets back and forth and shit. So we haven't done that in a while, but that's on me because of the laptop
Video
shit.
games. Is there another topic?
Nah, we about to get into final thoughts, and I'm gonna start with you,
Okay.
Shining Wolf.
Final thoughts. Look out for the crazy kid at your school. Make sure he okay. Be nice to him. Don't be a dumbass and bully him around and shit, or he gonna come after you first. That's my final words.
All right, cool. D Wolf is on you.
Hmm. Well, I something came to mind when it comes to this the gas prices, and like the whole narrative is because of because of the whole conflict with Russia, and I'm like, okay, so I'm like, I learned that we get 8% of our fuel from them anyway, and they're working on, like, they're actually trying to shut down domestic fuel right now, like whatever oil we have here, whatever method we do here, they're stopping that. That's what they're doing while we're dealing and purposely putting ourselves at the mercy of who we trade with. And then something came to mind. Somebody had brought it up. I was like, yo, and I started asking around. I was like, has flights gone, like flight tickets, like have they shot up for anyone? Like, has anybody flown recently and seen like, holy shit, like I can't even fly anymore because if the cars are bad, imagine having to fly everywhere.
I don't know. I might have to look that up. You might have to.
Okay, because I haven't heard that at all. I haven't heard people talking about the ticket prices for, like, I haven't heard anything like that. And you would imagine planes and these things fly, like even the rich motherfuckers are complaining about this. They're in a plane every fucking day. But and I'm like, so how is the plane tickets not, how is this not moving at all? That already confirms a certain conspiracy on that for me. I'm not going there. But it's interesting that why is it we focusing on gas? Why are we only blaming Russia? Well, they're killing it where they are since this happened. They winning, but we're putting ourselves in other people's nose, our nose in other people's business. Fine, but we only take 8% from you anyway. So why is this having such an impact, yo? I looked at it, like, it wasn't bothering me before. But I was like, the last time I looked, I saw how I was like, that's high. Holy shit, word. Oh my God. But okay. But then I'm like, how are people able to fly? What's keeping them up in the air? But so I want to know if this is something that's being manipulated, because that's the only plausible explanation I have. Because that's very strange. And our money's going over there, though. Okay. Not to where what we were talking about today. Not to where it belongs. Not to all our necessities over here that we bitch about all the time, yo. But we're sending those things over there. We're paying the price for it because all of a sudden, like, we're paying more for gas for some reason, but you're pushing electronic cars. Why are you doing this, son? I don't know, yo. I'm sorry, but it's just interesting. That's my final thoughts.
Crystal's on you.
All right. So, my final thought is in regards to dating. So, so when you're, for people who are dating nowadays who is not looking really for an intellectual person or needs to be entertained at the start of the conversation, it's important to understand that things that's wrapped up in a pretty bow is not always great because it's going to attract the wrong people. The blessing could be right in front of you, but because it's not wrapped up in a pretty bow or dazzled in gold and silver and all these things that society deems as valuable, you don't put value to it. You can be missing your good guy that you've been praying for forever. So that man is supposed to be a blessing to you if you give him the chance. Do not let the first conversation be everything, because that's how you miss your boat, that's how you miss your plane, that's how you miss all of the things that you've been asking God for or whoever you pray to. It's very important to analyze things in patience and have discernment and not look to be entertained when you're not even moving like a queen. Queens don't move like that. Okay? Yes, we love to be entertained, but when you know it's a king, you know he's not there for entertainment purposes. He's there to aid you in where you're trying to fucking go. If you're looking to be entertained, stick with fucking jokers and leave these intellectual men alone and stop yelling you want a good man when you don't even know how to recognize one. Get it the fuck together. That's all I gotta say.
Preach.
Shit.
Yeah.
Whew, look at that.
I had a
Father
follow
is
up to
on,
that, but I forgot. But go ahead.
father is on you.
Bruh. All right. So for my final thought, I'm just gonna go on a quick rant about fighting games real quick.
Ooh,
Bruh,
let's
listen,
go.
listen. I do like usually when I play, I play to, play the other person. You know what I'm saying? That's the main reason why I play. But when I have to deal with people that just do nothing but just press buttons, it's just button after button after button after button after motherfucking button after motherfucking button after motherfucking button. I'm sitting here and I'm blocking this shit. It's been like 15 seconds. I'm still fucking blocking. Like, when is it my turn? Like, bro, I don't mind blocking, but sometimes, God motherfucking damn, I'm trying to play. I am trying to play this motherfucking video game. I gotta hold this motherfucking back button because these motherfuckers just want to mash their fucking faces all over this damn controller. Like, it's so frustrating. And I've been trying to be patient. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to, just, adapt to whatever comes my way. But I can't adapt if I'm not playing. And, before I really, but oh my God. It's something I've been dealing with for the longest motherfucking time, and I don't know what the fuck it is I'm doing wrong. Am I blocking too much? Am I supposed to hit the nigga while if I hit the nigga while he's hitting me, I'm gonna lose half my health. But I gotta fucking sit there and block. I don't get it. I don't know what it is I'm doing wrong. It's That's my fucking final thought.
I feel you on that. Uh, Also, and this been bugging me, and I don't know, maybe it's because this new generation, but I would like one day when y'all be complaining and bitching about this person needs a nerf or something is overpowered, or it's like,
I
I,
hate hearing that shit over and over again.
bruh, it's like I like not in just in fighting games, but I hear it in Apex too, and like they want to fucking like when I hate when like your character is like perfectly fine, but everybody wants to like nurse the character, and it's like there's nothing wrong
Nerf
with this
'em.
character. That it's like nerf him. It's like why he's perfectly fine, or this person needs a buff, and it's just like that's not going to make them play them as much because of their kit. Whatever kit they got, that's their fucking kit. That it's not going to make people. It's like Hawk Girl in Injustice One was trash. I know that because I tried to main her, and you know what? No buff or nerf was going to fix how trash that character was. There's it. Some things
Why'd
you
you
just
try to
gotta give
main
it
her?
because I like Hawk Girl
Or you like her as a character in general?
as a character, and just she was like one of my favorite. In the Justice, she was one of my favorites. I'm not even gonna front.
Uh,
She was like one of
cool.
my. That's why I never had the problem with shipping her with Green Lantern, John Stewart. I actually never had a problem with that. But yeah, Hawk Girl was one of my favorites. So
Guess who wrote that, yo?
who?
Who wrote that?
Um, damn. spacing on his name. Um, the Black Rider, the one that created Milestone.
Oh, okay.
Comics.
Milestone Comics. Okay,
Yeah. What's his name?
I don't
McDuffie.
know
Yeah,
his name. McDuffie.
McDuffie.
The Duffy. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he's the one that thought up the whole shipping Hot Girl and Green Lantern. He made that whole thing up, and he made it work. And
Shout
he's
out to that
probably known
brother.
for the he. Yeah, every best episode you could think of Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. More than it's like 100% chance that he wrote that episode, and
Okay,
everybody would
I
agree
didn't
with
know
that
that he
statement.
wrote. I didn't know that he wrote storylines for that show.
Yeah, for the movies and everything, for the straight to video movies they do, the DC
Did he
Yeah.
write
side.
for Teen? Did he write for Teen
Static.
Titans? Did he write for Teen Titans?
I
Because
don't.
there was some good ass episodes in Teen Titans.
I don't know. It's possible, but that's
Oh
probably why
no.
they had to fucking end the show. I think it's because he died, because they're like, we can't keep this up. So then they created Young Justice instead to replace it. Because I'm like, yeah, he died, and like there was nothing. He was too good. His name was
Yeah, 'cause
everywhere in the credits.
Young Justice came out like maybe like 3 4 years after that show ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to that brother, and
Dwayne
you know,
McDuffie.
yeah,
He
may
gave
you
us
rest in
Static,
peace.
yo. He created Static. What you mean,
He did
yo?
give us Static, and
Yeah.
Static was awesome.
And then they put Static in Young Justice, didn't they?
Yeah.
After a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Finally cut that deal. So.
Oh yeah, on another game thing, I like to add. Y'all know Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah,
They got Casey Jones in there now.
that's cool.
So they got the whole turtle gang. They got Shredder, April, and Casey Jones. Aside from the basic four turtles that they always have in every game,
I
and a
hope they're
six
doing.
player, and a six
Oh,
player.
it's 6 player.
It's six
I,
players. Yeah.
I hope that game is good. I just want to play Raph and then just beat everybody's ass
I'm
with it.
pretty sure it's good because I've seen like straight gameplay. The giant looks like the best Turtles game I've seen so far.
It looks fun as fuck. Yeah, I've seen the gameplay. It looks fun as fuck.
Way better than Turtles in Time, and that's like the coveted game.
Ooh, that's
It
saying a
looks
lot.
it looks way better than Turtles in Time,
Woo,
and that's my
that's saying a
favorite.
lot.
And that's my favorite Turtles game, personally.
And this is the last one. I can end it here. Don't be afraid, fellas. Do not be afraid to shoot your shot to a girl that you think is attractive, and like the worst they could say is no. I remember there was this one time in high school, and I'm exposing myself here. There was a girl that I used to chill with in art class, and like I always thought she was like really, really, really pretty. And then one day she just moved, and then like you ever just meet up with people after they move, and then that's when you start talking about I always liked you as a person, and I thought you was real cool, and you find out they liked you back, and y'all could have been, you find out they could have been a couple, and then everybody done moved on with their lives and shit. He's like, don't be that guy. He's like, the worst you can say is no, and sometimes it's just good to shoot your shot. you know it's just food for thought, because I've been seeing a lot of things where it's just like, can men and women be best friends? We don't talked about that many of times on this damn show, so I'm not gonna like recollect it. But I'm gonna just say this: if the vibe is there, why not shoot your shot? So
Right.
that's all I gotta say about that. I'd like to thank the panel for jumping on to the podcast once again. I'd like to thank all y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is, you know what? Let me just say podcast, and we're signing out. Peace.
Cheers.